Back at it again. Welcome back, gentlemen. Another episode of Steak and Eggs with me, your boy Asmon Gold, Emirus, Tectone, and we have a guest today, Papa MeatCanyon. Welcome to the show. What's up, man?
Papa Meat.
How you doing?
Hello.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that first thing I want to do is so obviously you and we had a very similar experience, and I wanted to see if you could explain what it was like to actually win a streamer award.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
We wanted those. It was pretty cool, right?
Yeah. No, it was lovely.
Yeah. So
Very honored.
You went out there to LA and everything, right?
I did. Yeah. No, it was very fancy.
Yeah.
I couldn't actually believe how big the space was. I was very impressed.
Were you upset that you won?
Kind of. I voted for Ross, to be fair. I've let everybody know I voted for Ross.
Yeah,
I voted for you.
Didn't you say that you didn't want it and that Ross would win? Or no?
Yeah, I did. I if you look on the playback of the stream, whatever, I got up and we were sitting really close, and I said, I voted for you. I'm sorry. But
Did you kind of have a hunch you would win, or not really?
I had no idea. I mean, primarily, I stream a lot, actually, but I just don't really broadcast it. So it was cool to even be nominated, but yeah, I had no idea. And also, just, first speech of the night, come on. And I'm just like, hey, our art's cool.
Please watch the art.
Yeah, exactly. People draw. It's cool. Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious, man.
I remember seeing the video of it saying your name, and you were just looking into the camera. You were like,
yeah. Well, the guy, they positioned the camera so early, and by that point, I I had a couple of drinks, whatever.
yeah.
And the guy came up and he's like, hey, we're just gonna film you. All right.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Okay.
yeah, no problem. Like, just look at the camera. He's like, no, you just don't be natural. And I just was like, I looked like just right at the camera.
Yeah, all
and,
right.
he was just like, move that way.
Wait, you weren't farming? You weren't farming?
No, I was just looking right at him. Well, I don't know.
I thought it was on purpose.
Yeah, I thought you were farming. There's this emote on Twitch. You know Stare on Twitch?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was intentionally staring at him.
Oh,
but he
okay,
was
okay,
he was
okay.
like, look away.
Yeah.
He was like, don't look at me. He's like, look up there.
It's going to reflect badly on him.
I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the only other thing that I think that I had one clip, they had the beautiful montage, and it's like art section.
Right.
And it's just me doing a high pitched scream. And I was like, what the fuck does this have to do with art? And I was like, God damn it.
How long does something one of your videos, how long does that really take to make?
We try to do anywhere from 12 to 16 days just on the trying to be competitive on YouTube with keeping up with the algorithm and all
Wait,
that
that quick?
Wow.
I thought a couple months for sure.
I thought at least.
I wish. Yeah, that would be awesome. It's and so the animation looks pretty cheap at times or whatever, but it's just trying to keep it as little rigs that they do on TV shows and shit like that. But yeah, no, just 12, 16 days mostly.
That is wild.
Your most recent video was the Cheeto one,
Yeah,
which was beyond uncomfortable.
yeah.
The rest of the videos you make is just creepy, bro. I'm not sure if y'all have seen the Cheeto video that Meat made, but oh my God, there's this part where this little kid reaches into his Cheeto bag and then he just lets out this low pitched growl, like he's dying, and it is so uncomfortable, bro. I love it.
Yeah, like a cat in heat.
I'll have you know that the one that you did of me and the Johnny Depp trial one, every single person that fucking hates me uses that picture.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that
You just literally. I draw people a lot whenever it's mostly if they're in my feed a lot, and then I'll be like, oh, I should draw them, whatever. And especially the Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah.
You're every day. Tons and tons of deals. So it was perfect, and I was already making the cartoon and everything. So, and then I've just I do the drawing videos on my second channel sometimes, and that was just perfect follow.
Oh, everybody knows it. I was talking to my dad last night. I'm like, yeah, so we're gonna have this guy on. He does animation, art stuff on Twitch. And he's like, well, what does he do? I'm like, well, he did this one thing of me, and I show it to him. He's like, well, that's great. Well, yeah, no, it's very well liked, and yeah, I think that the videos are just great. And so you stream yourself making the videos. Is that kind of how it works?
Yeah.
How's that process work?
I've been trying to be a little more collaborative with even chat of stuff and just trying to
Should I add an extra finger?
Yeah, exactly. Should he have 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? No, mostly just topics. I'll be oh, I'm thinking about doing this or that, and getting their input. So we're doing the Sneeko and Charlie video this week, and that was just because it was a big topic of conversation in the chat. So that was easy to be like, oh, people are interested in this. This is fun. I already also have done Sneeko before, so it's like I get to reuse assets and stuff. But
And you'll probably do Sneeko again with his trajectory.
maybe we'll
Guaranteed
see.
there
Yeah.
will be another video.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was shocking. Like the entire situation got way worse. Like when they started pulling out guns on each
Like,
other.
everything like
Guns?
this guy- so yeah, Emmy guys. By the way, Emmy doesn't follow this stuff.
I don't like.
It's
I'll
so-
see
But
it.
you don't
I'll
know
see
about
it on my feed, and I'll be like 10 million views in one day. I guess I'll watch that later. And then I just don't because I don't really get into drama stuff on YouTube. Like everything that I know is pretty much just like from Asmon or you like talking about it.
It's like in real life
Something
anime.
wrong with her.
You know, it's like Kira versus L. Only one of them's a complete dumbass, and the other one's moist critical. You know, like Sneeko just starts laughing, swinging a pistol around. So then Charlie.
All
pulls out,
I
an
know is
M16
like I'll
on
see
stream.
Sneeko likes Andrew Tate and like he's a cuck.
Yeah.
That's
so-
all. That's the extent of my knowledge.
That's pretty much all there is to be honest.
what it was. And then so Charlie made fun of him or like made a joke about him being a cuck. And then right after that, Sneeko got upset about it and he's smiling. This is the picture.
Yeah, this
And
is
he's
the clip.
He's having so
Oh,
much
he's-
fun.
He's jamming out.
And
Oh
he's
shit!
like, oh, you want me to look at your clips, Moist? Well, look at my clips. And it's like a clips of his gun. And he's so cool because he has a gun. You know, it's like, meanwhile, it's like, obviously, this is like, he's never going to do anything.
Yeah, and the context of this is
Yeah.
that Moist completely obliterates him in an argument and like completely shits on him, like trolls him, makes him look like an idiot. So his result is,
Yeah.
as everybody who loses an argument, is to resort to violence and like pull out a gun. Right. So it's
also-
literally admission of defeat.
Well, it's more than that. It's the Matrix that's out to get him.
Oh, yeah,
this
of course.
is a new thing. It's like the Matrix is the Illuminati for Zoomers. That's basically what's happened. And
Wait.
yeah, and you have to escape
But
it.
that's not ironic.
No,
why would it be?
that is not ironic.
I thought it was ironic.
I
Isn't
kind
that
of thought it was
crazy?
too. I thought Matrix was like
Yeah,
code.
like every time I'd see Andrew Tate be like, "Oh, the Matrix," I was like, "Oh, he's like playing his
No.
persona or whatever." No, that's wait. So what is the Matrix?
Okay, so think about the Matrix are people that disagree with you.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
I really thought you were gonna say. I really
fuck.
thought you were gonna be like. So there's a red pill and a blue pill.
Yeah. Well, I was halfway thinking about like explaining like the whole thing, and it's like,
No.
actually,
I know the Matrix movie, but I was like, well, what is the context they're using, and is it literally just the movie?
you want the actual like explanation?
Yeah, I did. I kind of do.
Basically, it's like all of the mainstream, well accepted ideals, opinions, mores, social norms, etc. And you just have to go through and say, you know, like certain things about COVID, certain things about, you know, like politics, certain things about social issues. And it's like breaking out of the matrix is saying things that are different than that.
And letting people fuck your girlfriend in front of you.
That's very
Okay.
It's
important.
very important.
Yeah.
It's a huge part.
Wait, so how did that? What's the context on that?
Oh yeah, so Sneeko for some reason just wanted to give it a shot. So he like
Okay.
sits down in a bed, watches a dude rail his girlfriend.
And then just tells everyone.
Yeah, and no, the worst thing is he's doing it, he's watching it, he's crying while it's happening, right? And then afterwards he says,
Like
"Well, you know
euphoric
what?
crying or like,
Everybody should try this."
Here's what's so fucking worrisome about this whole situation is that what if Sneeko has a humiliation fetish, and ever since the Moist Critical video, he's just been furiously masturbating nonstop and being made fun of by everybody on the internet.
Even better.
That would be the
I
best
think that
case
there's
scenario.
a very good chance that's happening because, like, I will actually say I don't kink shame anybody as long as it's consensual between two adults. If this guy wants to be a cuck and do this stuff, more power to him. That's great. But you can't be a cuck, cry about it, and then start giving relationship advice, and then call other people part of the matrix.
Yeah.
That's
think
the
it's
problem.
it's so he said that he cried.
Yes.
Yes.
I want a round of applause to the guy who was able to power through a man sobbing next to him.
Oh, yeah.
And like finish and be done with it. You know, that's
Wait, that's like
Probably not the first time.
yeah.
don't worry, man, this happens a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
More common than you think, bro.
Yeah.
And the weirdest thing is that his girlfriend agreed to it too. Like that is just so weird. Like I don't know, man. Me personally, I'll stay in the Matrix if that's what it means to get out of it. Personally,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I don't know. I mean, like, obviously, you know, there's some obviously, like it's not like every single mainstream opinion is right about everything, but it's also not wrong about everything too. And I feel like what happens with these people is like they get a little bit alienated on one point of view, and then they push back, and then the like mainstream people push back, and then it's like more alienation to the point where like this person's living in a completely different fucking universe. Well, like that same thing happened to Aiden Ross, I feel like.
Oh, 100%. And the way like the YouTube algorithm works, like if you watch one of these like Escape the Matrix videos, and I'm sure you like, you know, it's like, I don't know, like the Andrew Tate shit.
I watched a video about like AI waifus.
Yeah.
And it was like by this guy, and it was like, you know, one of these like, you know, hey guys, you know, women suck, huh?
Got him.
Yeah. And so then it keeps recommending me more of these videos, which is like, to be honest, that they're great content for like videos. Like I love talking about them. However, that's exactly what happens. You know, you just get fed more and more and more of these videos.
Yep. Also, I am curious for the AI art. You're an animator. Like, how do you feel about that?
Corridor Crew.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I see the gripes that people have with it. I just hope that it's going to be utilized no matter what. Like, there's no pulling back from it. So all I can do is hope that like we can utilize it like a tool, like Photoshop or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, art theft sucks. You know, nobody wants to feel like all this stuff. I think the biggest complaint that people have is that they're feeling like they're being replaced, or like the thing that they've like sunk their life into is going to become obsolete.
Exactly.
And I completely sympathize with that. But at the same time, I'm trying to look at it from at least the utmost optimistic point of view of just like, can it be an aid somehow and not a replacement? Kind of like how I know I was talking with some people about like, it kind of feels very reminiscent of like when Pixar came out with like Toy Stories, and all the 2D animators were like, okay, we're fucked.
I remember that.
You know?
Yeah. That was like, it's crazy to think because that was like 25, 30 years ago.
Was that the first 3D movie?
It was,
I mean, like
it was very transformative for the time.
Yeah, it was Pixar's big thing.
I did not know that.
Technically, I think the first 3D was Jar Jar Binks. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh,
in Phantom Menace.
Really?
I think he was literally the first like 3D character in a movie.
I'm trying to think.
He
about
looks
that.
pretty good too.
George Lucas knows what he's
a
doing.
Sith
Yeah, man. Damn.
Yeah. No, but like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Just hoping for the best. I mean, the biggest problem with it right now is it's just so easily accessible. There's no like paywall or anything. And the biggest thing I think people should be concerned about is like voice. I mean, like people have already talked about this, like, you know, people basically making like illegal videos with people's voices and likeness, and people are going to be able to recreate
This was
these things.
so crazy. Like yesterday, you know, like I mean, have you played WoW before?
Yeah.
So like, you know, like the human thing where like the guy narrates, it's like, oh, Stormwind was, you know, being attacked and everything. Well, the guy passed away, but somebody went and they made an AI version of that guy who is dead, narrating all of the quests at the beginning zone in World of Warcraft yesterday. It's absolutely fucking nuts.
As I say, it's seamless too, isn't it?
It's really good.
What's the reception?
Everybody was spamming cozies, you know, like the little peepo.
Oh, yeah?
They're so happy. And it's like, I don't know. I think this is so much more crazy than like a lot of like other social issues, but like nobody even really knows how to process it in a lot of ways.
It's so, I think that whenever I saw like, God, I think like Stan Lee sold his soul to like Disney or whatever. So they're just like, we're going to throw you in every Marvel movie. And he's like, you know, I don't care. Do it. Whatever. And he's sitting there. And then Carrie Fisher, you know, she's been dead for 7 years and they've been putting her up in movies and stuff. I think before too long, large companies are just going to be like, hey, there's a limited offer where we're going to give you $2,000 to sell your likeness. And then companies are going to be able to use that and then just like throw you in movies, have you say whatever, do all kinds of stuff.
You're like an extra for every single movie in the future because like one time in like 2027, they took a picture of you and your photo imaged into the database of extras.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That would be
That's
sick.
badass.
It is sick. Like in the moment where you're like, fuck yeah, that'd be
sick
dope.
and it's sick.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It is, like,
revolting.
it is kind of weird too.
It's weird.
But I just think about like weird stuff with like, you know, porn.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
That's going to be crazy.
Man.
Stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Or even just like, I don't know, like you're let's say you do get scanned into a movie.
Yeah.
And you're like shooting a child in the back of the head and you're like, no, that's not a good look. Whatever, like that kind of thing.
I
like,
will say that at least now, like with the AI art, people are a little bit more discerning with things on the internet. Because for the longest time, remember whenever like Elon Musk changed the verification thing and somebody pretended to be like Pfizer or some pharmaceutical company and they said that insulin prices were going down to like $3 and like their stock went all the way down. Like at a certain point, people need to actually pay attention to where they're getting information from. You can't just rely on some third party to curate every single thing that you read and make sure that you never get bad information. So I think that is one of the silver
That's the problem, though,
linings
is
with it.
humans are very unreliable. I'm one of the dumb ones. I'm just a little sheep going around. Someone's like, "Hey, this is happening." I'm like, "That's terrible." And then someone tells me the next thing. I'm like, "Oh my god." It's just it's like people need to be more accountable for things, but God, we're just so worthless
Usually-
on so many levels.
Oh, absolutely.
It's also hard.
I've had that happen before. It's like, especially streaming, somebody will make me mad or say something that's not true. And this happens with streamers all the time, is some idiot will come into chat and be like, "Wow, did you hear what this guy said about you? He said you're a loser." And like, you never see the clip. Like, "Oh, he said I'm a loser? Well, he's a fucking loser. This guy sucks. I hate that fucking guy. He's the worst." And then they clip that and then they send it to the other guy.
I was like, "What the fuck did I do?" Kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I know, like, obviously, I'm sure you guys get the walls of text and stuff like that. And I always wonder how you, just from a standpoint of, like, my chat is it's slow. I gotta just do.
They're chilling.
One-on-one with them,
Yeah.
But do you find it hard? Is it hard not to cherry pick like certain things? Do you find that you gravitate towards, because I know like the human brain really wants to like just grab onto like the negative things, but is it still easy to like conversate with this crazy mass of like people sitting in there and like just a wave of words at you,
I will be honest. I am still one of the people. It's like, there can be like, "Wow, man, I love the stream. Stream's great. Love the stream. Wow, nice job." And one guy's like, "Hey, man, you're not really that good." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm not that good? Hey, what the fuck are you talking about?"
Trying my
I'm
best.
the opposite. Like I don't know how, like, somehow my brain can choose not to see things in chat.
Yeah.
Like, I'll like be streaming and later someone will be like, "Oh wow, your chat was like awful today," like saying this, and I was like, I didn't see any of that.
That's a blessing.
Like,
It must
I
be
don't know
lovely.
how. It's
Yeah,
great.
I think I have a different perspective. Like, I'm okay if people shit on me, like 100%. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I just don't like when people spread misinformation.
Oh yeah, that's
People say
annoying.
like, "I heard you did this," or like, "I stopped watching you since you did that," and I'm like, "Bro, that literally never happened." So I get
Yeah, that's way more annoying.
that is
yeah.
being called like, "You're an idiot, you're loud, you're annoying." I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, lol. Like,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
the white knight aspect of things too are weird, because people come in and be like, "God, you suck.
Yeah.
This sucks," and then people are just like, "Hey, no, he doesn't."
I hate that more.
And I'm
than
like,
the people
just
that come in and are assholes. I
Yeah.
hate that more.
I know, because I'm just like, I'm not a baby. I'll just ignore it. That
Yes.
kind of thing. But why don't you just leave if you don't like it? That kind of thing. I'm like, ugh.
Well, sometimes like they'll have these people that are just so fucking dumb, and they'll just try to they'll try to come in there and like make you do something or tell you to say something. Like, this is the stupidest fucking thing that happened to me last night. So I was playing the Diablo 4 beta, and this guy is spamming for me to do a certain dungeon in Diablo 4. And for anybody guys who haven't played the game, all the dungeons are basically the fucking same.
Yep.
And so he's spamming for me, "You have to do this dungeon. It's going to be really, really, really good." And like, finally, after he types it like 37 times in my chat, I'm like, "Fuck you, I'll go do it." All right, fine. And so I go over there and I do it, and he's like, "It's broken for gear." And so I do it, nothing drops. And then he says, "Oh, I thought yellow items were legendaries." And he's lying to me.
Oh.
And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you did?" I pulled up his logs. I scroll up, and he's like, "Yeah, this game isn't anything like D3. Well, in D3, it was like this. In D2, it was like this." It's like, "You know more about this game than I do, and you're saying this." And then he's like, "Oh, well, yeah, I lied." And I told him, I was like, "Listen, I'm going to run it again. And if I don't get 2 legendaries out of this run, you're fucking banned in chat." 2 of them dropped. I was very disappointed.
No, really?
Yes. But
So he was
there's
right?
people- yes. No, it was not. I mean,
Yeah, he was.
But like, the guy, people will just type the stupidest shit into chat, and they will do it over and over and over with literally no remorse, no self-awareness, and no self-control. They will just go crazy. And there's a part of me that enjoys it. I like reading the psycho messages.
Yep.
It is fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's people that sort of like emotionless on their face, just typing things,
Uh-huh.
just like for hours. It's
It's like
a very beautiful piece of like, yeah, this would only happen today.
Yep.
In today's day and age, this is the only kind of new breed of psychopath
Yeah.
that's out there.
nobody, you're never doing this. Like, you, after you do this, you're like, "Yeah, Mom, I'll take out the garbage in a minute. I love you." I fucking hate you. I hope you die.
Do you think there was that kind of back in like revolutionary times? Guys just writing a letter to someone, dude, every day.
Probably like government,
surely.
probably
I mean-
like government officials or something,
Yeah.
like something that everyone kind of knew.
Think about Martin Luther, the guy that started the Protestant church. This dude got so fucking pissed off at the church, he literally wrote down a list of things he thought the church sucked at, and he nailed it to the door.
Yeah.
He's like,
So that's
"Yeah,
kind
there
of
you go."
brutal. That's awesome. Versus a guy who's just like, bro, you got to check out this cave.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to this cave. There's gold there. I swear to God. And he's like,
Yeah.
every day of his life. And the guy's like, I'm
Imagine
not
how
going to.
horrifying that would be though in real life. Somebody nailing that shit to your door.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Fuck
Well, it
that.
wouldn't be horrifying at all because you're the church, so you just set them on fire.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
No
that.
big deal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Thank you to Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. for sponsoring this episode of Steak and Eggs. Experience Japan from the comfort of your own home with these snack boxes. Tokyo Treat is a monthly pop Japanese snack subscription box with Japanese snacks that are usually only available in Japan. Sakura Co. is a monthly authentic Japanese snack subscription box that supports local Japanese snack makers. This month, Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. are bringing the beauty of cherry blossom season right to your doorstep so you can picnic with a Sakura-themed snack box. These boxes are a perfect way to experience Japan for yourself. Check the link in the description to order your own.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, there are some of those people, like, I will do this whenever I see a really, really psychotic message, like something that's totally unhinged. I will remember it on purpose because I love thinking of them. It's like going to a zoo.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's like I have a collection of them. Like, I've shown Emmy, Tectone, like all these people, like these messages, and like especially in like DMs, people will send me like an essay of like all kinds of like everything wrong with all the people that I talk to, like everything wrong with me, like what I need to do differently with my life, how I can move forward, how to make my streams good like they used to be, and just like everything. It's nuts.
You catalog that in your head?
No, I
He saves it. He has folders of screenshots.
That cannot be healthy for your brain.
I think
You're going to forget how to speak one day, and you're just going to recite these messages back, just like blind sitting in a bed, just like reciting these messages that you've memorized from your computer.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be great. I love that. I mean, you don't ever get those people?
Oh, I mean, people come in. I think people are just coming in. I think they're just like, it's just a little drive-by stuff.
You don't get like
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Kind of,
you suck.
exactly. This looks like shit. And I'm like, thanks. And then they just like, drive off. But luckily not too much. But like I said, my streams are relatively pretty small. It's just me listening to music and I just usually sing. So.
Because you have like the slow chat. I hate that. I hate slow chats so much. Because then like when one person comes in and he leaves that comment being like, hey bro, you fucking suck. It's just sitting there.
Yeah. Slowly teetering up. And I'm like, it's almost gone.
Almost going. I
yeah.
swear to God. So what I did was, do you ever use Chatterino for your chat or do you just use the default chat?
Just the default chat.
If you download Chatterino, you can make the text bigger. That way, your chat.
Fuck you. You suck. You're like,
Yeah.
it's like eyes glazed on it.
Yeah, it has the Vine boom sound effect.
Bro. Yeah, open the name. Yeah, that would be. Yeah. No,
It's hard.
The slow chat I always just give, the biggest thing I get fixated on is people's names.
Yeah.
Which it's like, they're just usernames, but it's almost just like, why? This.
Like why is this your name?
I had a guy the other day that come in and it was dead turtle fetus, and then like some numbers afterwards.
you remembered it?
Like 9.
Yeah. Well, I was just like, I don't remember, I told my wife,
Yeah.
brushing my teeth. I'm like, there's a guy, dead turtle fetus.
Yeah.
Kind of a bit odd. And then I was like, 377. And then I just felt like insane because then the 377 was just, it spoke back to me. I'm like, why 377? And all the collection of numbers on the keyboard. Why these three kind of thing. So, yeah, that's the thing I get fixated on.
Oh, absolutely. People have all kinds of crazy names and do all kinds of stuff. Like I love doing ban appeals. Have you ever done ban appeals before?
Mm-mm.
You should.
I don't think I've really banned many people. I don't think I know how to.
Really?
It is.
Man,
Dude, they
I
are
do.
so funny. The shit people say to get unbanned is hilarious.
Oh, so they can type back to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So they get banned, but they can send in an appeal for the ban.
One
Yeah,
message.
they're supposed to like explain themselves basically, then you can like accept or deny it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so funny.
You have to
That's
start
so-
banning people now.
That's so barbaric. That's like so like that's some Martin Luther shit right there.
Yeah, well, people like to go through them publicly, so it's like in front of your whole stream, and like everyone's
Oh,
like judging them,
perfect.
like executioner.
That's sweet revenge then, especially in like a video that's up forever. Yeah,
Yep.
that's so good.
If you ever,
I love doing that. And it's like sometimes there will be people. I remember there was one guy that he was in like 3 ban appeals videos. This guy had gotten banned and then unbanned over and over and over. And at a certain point, I think my mods were literally just unbanning him because they knew he would pop off again.
Did he become like the public, like a vigilante almost? Like, did he become the people's hero in a way? The man to die only to be reborn again?
There was one person who was like, man, you suck. You used to be good, but you're not anymore. And then everyone was like, true. And I'm like, I'm not unbanning this bitch. No way. And they're like, oh, he died for us, guys.
Truly a hero.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of those.
if you ever want your chat to go faster, there's a couple tricks you can use. So I learned this one from a guy called MizGif, and what he does is he says easy claps in the chat for me or hearts in the chat for me, and then when you say that, your chat will explode with tons of emotes. You can just do that all the time until eventually you form a certain amount of brain rot between you and your community where they feel uncomfortable whenever they're not typing emotes.
Oh, I
And
see.
that's what I do. Now the problem is my chat only uses emotes now. So I don't get to talk to any of them, which blows. Because like the walls of texters that Asmon has, those are the real gold mine viewers.
I actually have like 30-year-old boomer viewers that don't use Twitch that come into my stream. Hey man, first time watching from YouTube, and they type out a whole paragraph, and it's like, whoop.
That's so like tragically like sweet though. It's just like some guy is just like, you know, this guy means a lot to me. Whatever. And he's like, made a glass of wine. Like, and as soon as just enter and it's just fucking gone. And he's just like, damn. It's like, yeah, that's, well, with you at least, it's like, is it like legible now, like hieroglyphics?
Yeah, it's like the hieroglyphics.
Yeah, so you're just like, oh, ha, ha, you're like laughing with them on the.
My chat sometimes feels like delayed text-to-speech.
Okay.
You know? It's like I'll say something funny, Omega lol. I'll do something weird. I look at the camera for a second, stare. And I mean, like, if I look at my camera for a split second, like, the chat will explode with that emote. Which sucks because I went live the other day for 8.5 hours, and the entire 8.5 hours was just one guy came in, and he was just talking about how great his ass felt after getting a bidet. And I talked about that for 8.5 hours. It's like when you have those viewers, like, they can carry your entire content. And then I spent $600 on getting Ludwig's bidet.
Oh my
Do y'all use that? Do y'all use bidets?
Yeah, every toilet in my house.
I have no idea even really I don't know how they work. I mean,
It cleans your ass
that
with
makes
water.
sense. Yeah, I mean, I just do that in the shower. It's not a big deal.
But imagine if you didn't have to shower to get that level of cleanliness. Like,
I don't. I'm normally naturally clean.
Are you?
Yes.
I just saw you down like 6 Popeye chicken tenders. I feel like it's a war zone down there.
Don't lie. It was 10.
That's actually
Just didn't. Don't lie. You're being kind.
that's a hot topic in my chat, by the way.
What is?
If you are actually that clean.
Oh my God.
I'm just being
Worked
real.
up about this shit. It's not even a big deal. No, I don't have any of that stuff or anything. Like, my house is the same as it was in like 1998. That's about it. I still have the TV there from 1998. Played Super Nintendo on that fucking TV. Still have it in the living room.
I like to think that it was just like 98. You're like, God damn, this is a good year.
Yep.
We're leaving it like this for the rest of
fine.
time, frozen forever.
Change nothing.
Does your house have a certain smell that you miss when you leave your nest?
I don't really have a sense of smell.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, your nose is messed up.
Yep. It's great because I never have to worry about somebody smelling bad or anything like that. It's not an issue at all.
So you've never worried about your hygiene ever?
What?
You never worried about your hygiene? Because I'll be real, you don't smell bad at all.
The only time I ever shower is whenever my hair gets greasy because it makes me look more bald on camera. That's the only actual reason why I shower.
And why don't you shave your hair?
He doesn't want to be bald.
Yeah,
Really?
it's actually that simple.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't, but
Were you talking about getting a hair transplant?
No, I do not want a hair transplant at all. But
Okay.
Miz said that he wanted one, and he wanted me to do it with him. And I'm just like, all right, sure, man, I'll do it. Like, if one of my buddies wants to get one with me, sure, I'll do it. But I do not care
this
at
doesn't
all.
need a hair transplant.
No, he does not.
Like, I don't understand.
Dude, people get self-conscious about crazy shit all the time. But it's like, dude, who cares? You're thinning hair. You have some bald spots on your head. Who fucking cares?
I used to be so insecure whenever I first started streaming. I wouldn't show people like, because like back then I was like way even more skinnier than I am now. And then like at a certain point, I just went out and I did a gardening stream and I literally took a shower with a hose on the stream. And after that, no more insecurity.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what people say. It's like that. Here it is, you know,
Like,
take it or leave it.
I feel like it is so unhealthy when people make fun of people for just how the body normally ages. Like people say like bald, old, Lamau 30. It's like, dude, you realize we're all going to get to that point.
Well, it's like the Lamau 30s. These are literal like 16-year-olds from Sweden that have no idea what's going to happen. Like they're gonna be bald 10 years before you are, but they just don't know it yet.
I always thought it was people that were even older than you, because most of
100%.
my chat's older than me, and then they'll make fun of me for being 25, and I'm like, all right, you're like 29. Whatever.
Yeah, you're like 40, bro. Nah, it's bad. So just, I don't know. I like being an example of just be confident with who you are, man. You're bald. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
100%.
And it sounds bad, but them making fun of me for so many years for like anything that I do wrong or any sort of like inconsistency in my appearance, or like, oh, it's like you look weird this way. It actually made me not give a fuck.
Yep.
I actually was bullied into having self-confidence.
Yeah.
Dude,
up.
same.
Yeah.
100% because I've been shit on so much. Nothing affects me anymore. I just do not
I
care.
think like
Exactly.
also when you're a content creator where it like shows your face, the parts of you that are like people make fun of are part of what makes you like unique and like, you know, I think it's a good thing. I don't know.
Like I deadass went into my underwear on stream yesterday and had full body convulsions in an ice bath, like just straight up naked on stream. And I just don't care, bro. It was so funny. It was also really fucking weird watching it back. But by the way, I don't recommend ice baths to anyone. Apparently,
Why would you do that?
okay, so apparently it's crazy good for your health.
Wait a second.
It says who?
Didn't you say that whenever you played League all the time, you would take cold showers to punish yourself?
Yeah, but that wasn't like to.
That's different, guys.
That's different. The point of that is for it to be bad.
Yeah. Apparently, like ice baths have like crazy good effects on your body.
No, they do
Yeah.
not. I would know.
Well, maybe Wake's watching this video and reacting to it.
I bet.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I bet it does.
Oh, look at this. Ice baths are good for your. Can't read that. Ice baths
Blood,
are you
blood
get done safely.
circulation, blood
When done
circulation, all sorts
safely.
of
Like
stuff.
breathing too.
Can
I'm
soothe
pretty
your
sure.
muscles, reduce
It's like
inflammation.
it's a
regulate
general
your
thought.
breathing.
The biggest thing is I would rather have some. I'm glad that there's at least another perspective. The amount of times I'm like scrolling through TikTok and it's like some dude in fucking like
wake up at 4.
in like Minneapolis in his backyard.
He's just like, the benefits, this is day 37. I'm up to 5 minutes in the tub. Let's get with it.
And, like sits there and he's like shivering. He's like, today's way better. I'm like, shut the hell up, dude.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
You know, at least I'm not sitting in a fucking ice bath right now, dude.
Yeah.
What have you done to have to
Yeah, what have you
mental
done,
clarity,
man?
dude? Yeah, I don't know what kind of horrible things you've done to where you're like, I need to get rid of this shit. We need to start doing some ice baths.
Yeah.
To be like real, like mental, just like fucked to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's like these the grind culture, and this is especially true in like TikTok and Instagram. And you see that, and it's like that one guy from Peaky Blinders, Thomas Shelby. And there's always quotes of things that he didn't say that people will put up there as if he did say them about grinding. It's like, you've got to wake up at 4 a.m. You've got to take an ice bath. You can't drink anything except for black
They say
coffee.
The Peaky Blinders characters say to take an ice bath, wake up in the morning.
Well, that's the mindset, though. Exactly, yes. And it's like this crazy culture that people have on TikTok and Instagram. It's just so nutty to me. I can't imagine it. Meanwhile, I'm like waking up at 4 p.m. and it's like, oh, let's go on to McDonald's and then I'll turn on the stream and play video games for 8 hours.
That's
about it.
Weird thing about ice bath culture though is like, because you're right, it does feel like a new wave of like Instagram like fitness.
Yeah.
You know, like wake up at 4 a.m. or whatever. But now there's like, it's just such a wide spectrum of people.
Yeah.
Like, so you have the guy from Minneapolis, you have like a 98-year-old woman.
Right.
Who knows where she lives? She's somewhere. And then you have Russell Brand, who's like hopping in a thing too, and you're like, this must be a phenomenon. I need to try this.
To be honest, I actually would be willing to try an ice bath.
I think the thing though is you have to like stick with it though.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like if you were like, oh, I'm gonna try ice baths, it'd be like, you're gonna do like a month of ice baths.
Oh my.
I don't know, man. I just think they're just not for me. Like that was like a near death experience for me. I'm not kidding you.
What is
Well,
it
it's your
supposed
first
to do?
time though too.
It
No,
like,
but, like,
helps your
Look at me. I'm sound like I'm like an advocate.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, come on, stick with it.
I'm telling you
Again.
like my vision started blurring, head started spinning, my body started vibrating.
Oh, bro, you also said that you didn't sleep for 3 days.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, wow.
That's gotta be It's goddamn cold water.
It was fucking
what the
cold. Like people thought I was acting. Like if you, I'll send you a clip.
Yeah, please.
It is bad. Like it was bad. And then I'm like in the shower crying afterwards because I thought I was dying, bro. It's so hard.
The ice bath community just livid by this misinformation.
Like I'm sitting there just being like, okay, just
Fight through the pain, brother.
Yeah,
dude,
come on.
I couldn't, man. It was like, okay, control your breathing, control your breath, control your breath. I couldn't, bro. This was also right after game day where I was gassed. Like, by the way, dude, game day is the greatest thing that we've done in so long.
Really?
Yes, the football episode was so awesome.
Did you watch that?
I was streaming Diablo 4.
Oh shit.
You should run it back.
Yeah.
Every game day starts the same way. I absolutely blow the first half, and then somebody yells at me for doing something wrong, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was wrong. And then I actually get up, because I don't watch sports. I'm not a nerd. I watch anime like a real man.
Yeah.
Right? And then I actually learn the rules of the sport, and then I pop the hell off on the second half every single time. So it's just like, bro, just tell me how to play the game earlier, man, and then I will actually play the game. I think we're doing one more episode. I think it's
One more.
Softball or something like that.
is it kickball or is it softball?
One or the other.
I'm going to practice the hell out of it, whatever it is, because I would like to have one good performance. But right now, it's bad, Asmon. Also, are you going to be on? Are you going to play?
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, that's going to require me. I have to leave the house. I
Yeah.
have to get up early.
But imagine how cool that would be.
But I would have to get up.
That's
and I
true.
would have to leave the house too at the same time.
I would be scared of you getting injured. Every game day, my goal is just not to get hurt. I'll do like one thing, like I got one tackle,
I
and then I
know.
was like, I'm good.
Got
I'm not
it.
worried about getting injured. That's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you get injured, then you have a better excuse to stay at home.
Yeah,
You don't want to do the final one just for fun?
maybe I will consider it. Like we used to have a game. We would throw 2x4s at each other for fun.
We'll do
So,
that for game day.
I don't know about that. It's a lot different whenever we were 7.
Yeah. What are the rules of that?
I would love to. I'd love to be in that meeting.
No,
All right, so here's the rules. It's like a fucking like stack of 2x4s.
you're gonna stand on one side of the backyard, and I'm gonna throw it at you, and then after I get done throwing all of them, then you get to throw them at me.
Yeah,
about it.
whoever can
That's
get
awesome.
Yeah.
whoever can get in Dad's truck and drive away first wins.
Yep. Did you guys ever like take one of your parents' cars and try to drive with it before you could drive?
Oh, yes. And here's why. Okay, so my mom, there's this little button on the front, that had like 3 red triangles around it. And she said, don't press that button. If you do, the car turns into an airplane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I was like 3rd grade. And it's like 2 a.m. I take her keys. I reverse the car out. And then I'm like, I'm getting away from this hellhole. Press the button. And it was just the caution lights, man.
It was supposed to make you not want to press it.
Yeah.
Why would you tell a kid it turns into an airplane if you don't want to?
Because my mom was stupid, man. I don't know. God, I would have been. I wanted to get out of there so bad. I was like, I'll fly away and I'll never come back.
I never took a car, but I used my dad's power tools. Me and my friends would make, or one time in particular, we used his bandsaw when I was like 9.
Oh shit.
We were playing Animator on PS2.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Good game.
we should make I had like a bunch of like extra wood. We made like the swords, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was just a horrifying event. 'Cause my buddy's grandpa like walked over. He's like, "What the hell's going on?" And he was like, "We're making Animusha blades," to him like that. And he's like, "I don't know what that fucking means." And he like grabbed him by the collar basically and drug him out. And yeah, then it was just really awkward. My dad came home. He's like, "What the fuck? How did you? What are these in the driveway?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I turned on the bandsaw. I made Animusha blades with them. I didn't know it was bad." Yeah.
Yeah, I never did any of that. I never drove around. I had friends that would do it. They would drive around. They would get in their parents' car, and they would drive around at like 2 a.m. whenever they were like 11 and 12. Just straight up.
Wait, actually?
Boy riding.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes. And then I remember one of them got turned in and caught for it, and he was like so mad about it. And then he just waited a month and he did it again. Wasn't even a big deal.
His parents, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was the
Fuck.
kind of guy.
Hide the keys, first off. All right, no more.
That's what she started doing. Yeah. Yeah, Emmy, you were a good kid, huh?
I mean, I never did that. I never
What
stole
was
my
the
parents'
worst
car.
thing you ever did?
The worst thing I ever did. I feel like I don't know if I said this last episode. I got suspended from school once because we were role playing Super Smash Bros on the playground, and I threw a giant rock at a kid.
Did you hit him?
Yes.
He's dead.
So what do you think was going to happen?
I don't. Well, we would throw like a bunch of stuff at each other, and I just like there was this like broken off piece of like the basketball court asphalt. I just chucked it at him, and he like
First
ran
off,
away. And the
strong
teacher was like,
child.
"All right." I got suspended for like 2 weeks, but my parents weren't even mad. They were just like, "Yeah, stupid."
Yeah,
Should have blocked. Why didn't he block?
He didn't shield. He didn't dodge.
Put up the shield.
Yeah.
I love the games that kids play, like the scenarios where it's like, we're gonna pretend to be this.
Yeah.
And it's like I remember in like second grade, it was like we would just play like World War II.
Right.
And you'd like pretend like things were trenches and go around and stuff.
Yeah.
And then other people are like getting fake married on the playground and stuff.
Oh my God.
It's very odd.
I remember we would just throw rocks at each other. Like that was like basically the main.
I'd be very mad even as a child. I'd be like, stop throwing the fucking rocks.
Well,
I'm holding an invisible gun. Like, I mean, I have, there's no need to throw the rocks.
yeah, just like grab it big handfuls, just throw them at somebody.
Hailstorm, like right across somebody's face. Oh! Yeah.
It was fun, but I guess like now, I wonder if kids even do that stuff nowadays.
Yeah, they do for
Oh, do
sure.
they? Oh,
For
okay.
sure,
I'm sure
for
they still do.
See, I feel like the phone. I thought like phones and iPads. And
Yeah,
shit
it's
just,
like you
took
go
it all
out. There's like third graders on recess.
Oh,
and,
they
like,
probably role play like Among Us and Fortnite on the playground now.
Ah,
That sounds.
Yeah,
so fun.
instead of like Smash
Wait, that
Bros.
sounds
or like
awesome.
whatever games we were
I'm actually
playing.
wearing my Among Us shirt today.
there's definitely like there's definitely teachers that are like probably around our age too. So they're
Yeah.
probably like watching that shit and they're like, oh my god, this fucking cringe.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there was like a war vet who watched me play World War II and he's like, come on, really?
How we do.
You think this is cool?
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, I've never missed being a kid until right then, dude. Role playing Among Us as a kid with my homies, that sounds like so much fun.
It's only ever looked fun. I've never played it, but I've only think it's ever looked fun whenever the VR headset and that guy is like chasing
Yeah.
that kid. I fucking love that clip.
Yeah, that clip is so funny.
good. Just
Yeah.
absolute terror in that kid's voice.
Poor kid.
So you never played Among Us either, then?
No, I didn't know
Y'all
about
both
it.
haven't
really?
played it?
I played it. I had to play it once, and that
Had
was
to.
it.
For game day? For game night?
I think I was forced into it, and
I'm sorry. That was me.
It was fun.
I didn't know that was your first
That
time.
was fun as hell.
yes, yeah, I was like, I don't like this game. Where's World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah, there's not even blood elves in this game. This is fucking lame.
Well, you can't shoot anybody. Where are the guns? Like, what is this?
Dude, I genuinely believe Among Us was probably in the top 10 games ever made because it's so simple. I have over like 4,000 or 5,000 hours in it. Every game's different. Dude, I love it. Like, just a simple game of deception. And the best thing is, the reason why I love it, it's like, I think the best first date is taking like someone out to an escape room because like you learn so much about someone when they're under pressure, like 100%.
I think it's taking. Like,
That's also that's very odd signaling to your date.
Yeah.
How would you escape this?
What would you do
I
if
know
you
how
were
to-
trapped
Can
in
you
the
even get
room?
out of here?
okay, so you can get out of this one, but not this one. Okay, I'll write that down.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, you don't learn about like, okay, everybody can be enjoyable during a good time, but when you're in an escape room and you're stuck and you're both just pissed off, seeing how they're gonna react is super important. Because like they might just rip you down, man. They might just say, "Wow, you're a fucking idiot."
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you're pathetic. And I'm not like Sneeko. I don't have a humiliation fetish.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Okay.
I'm not turned on by this.
I
Stop being mean to me.
Not for me.
The thing about Among Us, or that whole thing was, I remember people were like, "Oh, we should play it," but then I remember I missed one time, and then all my friends were like, "Oh yeah, we all just got really mad."
Yeah.
And that became the big thing that I kept hearing was, "Oh, it like ruins friendships. People get fucking absolutely heated in this
Some
game."
people
No.
take it so seriously.
Yeah.
No, dude. Okay. Any friendship ruined by a video game, I see as an absolute win. Because,
That's true.
Dude,
That's
100%.
true.
Because if
I agree.
one of your friends is such a loser that they're gonna cut you off because you underperformed in a video game,
Yeah.
bro, fuck them. It's pathetic. No, I love that shit. I'm like, all right, sweet, get them out. Fucking go next. I don't care. People take this shit way too seriously.
What?
Like people take like Valorant too seriously, League too seriously.
Okay, well, at least League and Valorant are like competitive games. Like Among Us, like you're playing for rank in Among
Ranked
Us.
Among Us.
You're ranked Among Us. Wait, wasn't that a thing they tried to make like an elo system? No
Wait,
way. Yeah, it was like a Twitch thing, right?
I missed the ranked
Yeah.
Among Us meta.
Yes.
Good, honestly.
Oh, that would be.
Do you
so cool.
do you think the game though is fun with strangers, or is it only fun because it's your friends piling?
I only liked it with strangers because I had no
Oh.
problem gaslighting and insulting and fucking with strangers to the most obscene levels. But like, if I ever had to do it with like friends, it's like, I don't want to gaslight you and lie to you and tell you that you're a bad person for not believing me. Like, this is weird.
I love
But
it.
like, if I get to do it to a random person, it's like, yeah, fuck you, man.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean it was
Playing
me?
with friends was hard because I'm such a bad liar. Most of the time, I was imposter. After people be like, "I knew you were lying," but like I felt kind of bad. I didn't want to like out you because it was so obvious.
I love it, man. The thing I made some of my closest friends from playing Among Us.
Yeah.
Like even one of my current roommates, like we met just playing Among Us.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Like you learn so much. But even still, like even for ranked games, like if you were really getting angry at your friends over a video game, I just don't like that at all. If it's on stream, sure, it's content, but off stream, I think that's so weird.
I don't
agree.
understand how people can stream video games and not get mad. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'll watch like somebody play a video game and they'll be dying to a boss and they don't freak out. They don't get mad. They don't throw their controller. They don't start banning people in chat, making jokes. Like,
It does have like a layer of like it's a little bit of a psycho. Somebody watching somebody just die over and over again. They're like, okay, like you're just like, where's the emotion?
Why'd you look at me? Are you talking about me?
no, because I remember whenever you did Manus and Dark Souls 1.
Okay, that actually like mentally broke me.
I know.
But when I would play League, I would never get mad for like 5 or
You were
6
mad.
years.
And then also,
I was mad at Manus.
Remember that? So she tried to stream Dark Souls 3, but she has a computer that's made out of like basically balsa wood. And so she turns it on and like the game is lagging. It's like every like,
you were
10
watching.
frame is like lagged out. And I'm watching her and I give her advice. I'm like, oh, maybe you should do this. You should wait for this. And she starts yelling at me. Shut up.
No way.
Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Did you see when I got so mad, I strapped a camera to my chest to film my screen to hope it would fix it.
No way.
So mad about this. She's like, okay, it's not working with the screen capture. Fine. She took her webcam and she put it like right there and she's streaming herself playing the video game like it's a Super Mario 64
It was very immersive.
run from 2007.
The streamer POV.
You know what sucks? I went up in viewers.
I felt like I was the streamer. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a clip of me showing my hands and like screaming. It's like my POV.
It's dude, that's actually such a funny stream.
Never got fixed either.
Nope, never. I actually got a new computer.
No way. What the hell?
I feel like I've only really raged with League
Really?
because you're just trapped. You're just trapped.
That
Trapped in
is
hell.
the
And then
worst.
also that's the time where I know what you mean by not getting mad at friends, but it's just a like being stuck for like 45 minutes in something. And you're like start bitching with your friends and stuff like that.
Bitching and being mad with your friends is one thing,
Oh.
but it's like when it's like not like when it goes beyond the game.
I switched.
Oh yeah.
Looks like hardcore Henry. Do you guys remember that YouTube thing? It's like the FPS like gun
That's
thing.
really old, right?
And
Like
it turned
super old?
I mean, in terms of internet, sure, but it got its own movie and stuff. But it looks just like that. That's great.
Yeah, I was
Fucking
eating
Domino's.
I was eating my Domino's.
Yeah, I found Emmy's weakness for streaming is that she doesn't get angry or frustrated at things, but she gets annoyed very easily.
Yes.
Like you get annoyed very easily. Like I will send her
No,
one
and
text
it's
speech.
even worse because I think pretending to be annoyed is funny, so it's like twice as much as it actually is. But then I actually get annoyed.
Yeah, no joke. Like I will send you 2 text speech, and I'll just see just sheer annoyance, and I'm just like, I love it. I love being here so much.
Yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, or asking questions that you know will make somebody mad.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, isn't this like the first boss?
No, it's not the fucking first boss. God. Yeah, get all heated up.
Why does he keep falling off?
Oh, dude. Speaking of heated up, did y'all see the IRL Trash Talk with Soda popping last night?
I didn't
Yeah.
see it, but I heard of it.
Okay, so pretty much what happened was, I'll skip all the fanfare. I was third place. Russell and Lucari tied for first, essentially. Okay, although Soda Poppin' technically won, which was bullshit. But the gimmick was, every single time you won a round, you took a shot like of alcohol. Me and Surefour were taking like 2 or 3 shots each time we won. Okay, I lost because I passed out while playing because I was so drunk. Okay, get to the finale. It's Russell versus Lucari. Okay, Russell is sober. Okay, I'll say it. Lucari is fucked up.
Right.
And then Surefour says, oh, we should just take a shot of alcohol each round that we win instead of every game.
Yeah.
And Lucari had to win 5 times to win it all. Russell had to win twice. Lucari wins 4 times in a row.
Wow.
Okay, and he's taking double shots. He gets the final game, and I mean, you saw all this, right?
Yeah, I was in the tournament too. I left about halfway through. I was out. I went home to play Valorant. Well, I tuned in towards the end, and Lucari's girlfriend Kyuko and Russell were just standing up, screaming at each other. I was like, they were like about to fight. I was like, what is happening?
Dude, okay, so Lucari, final round, he loses twice in a row, and he's gone because he is so drunk, he's gone. He's like fumbling over. I'm having to support his neck and his body with my arms and legs, and I'm pouring water into his mouth like a mother bird, begging him to get hydrated, okay? And then I can tell something's about to go wrong. So me and Wake, we pick him up, we take him to the bathroom. Before he even gets in the door, sprays the walls with vomit everywhere, dude. And then in the toilet, it was so funny. And the first thing,
that wasn't on stream.
It wasn't on stream. It wasn't on stream. Yeah. First thing he does, he starts begging for Kyuko. Okay. Kyuko's, thankfully, that's his girlfriend, in case you don't know, Lucari's girlfriend's Kyuko, begs for Kyuko. I was like, oh God, I just want to see my girlfriend. Oh, I love you so much. That was on stream. And I thought that would be the only drunk person I would have to deal with that night. And also, I'll just say it, okay? Russell was barely drunk, and Lucari was blackout drunk.
Right.
Russell, you cheated, okay? I'll just say it. So I go home, and my buddy's on this thing called Modern Host with Amaranth, okay? And before this, we played the same game with each other, where for the first episode of Steak and Eggs, I say this thing called Badass. It started off as a meme, and now I just can't stop saying it. And my buddy Leroux dares me to say badass as many times as I possibly can in the first episode. And I thought it was fucking hilarious. Okay, well, I did the same thing for him for the Modern Host. And I said, dude, say badass and locked in as many times as possible tonight. And he's like, okay, bet. There was apparently this girl in the call before the stream started that said, feeling a little bit nervous. Anybody want to take some shots with me? Yeah. And so everybody agrees. Everybody's drinking, apparently. But Leroux goes above and beyond. Okay, so I see him, and I think he's RPing, like just being super loud, super obnoxious for the entire thing. And then I message him, dude, you're hilarious, but you should probably pull back on the RP a little bit, like pull back a little bit. And he sends me some incoherent garbage. I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. Maybe he's like in the zone, he can't type. And he finishes, he gets eliminated, and I say, make sure to drop the RP when you get eliminated, and like thank everybody for their time and say how gracious, like how much you appreciate being offered the opportunity, because he was. But he doesn't say any of that. He continues screaming, gets muted, and gets removed. So then I go downstairs, and I'm just like, hey, Leroux, how you doing? And his head's in the toilet. He's just like vomiting nonstop. Bottle of Jack Daniels, 70% of it's gone. Bottle of Bailey's, half of it's gone. And he's like, bro, I don't even know what's happening right now. I'm holding his hair. He's vomiting. I go to grab his phone. Didn't realize it's in a puddle of puke, right? So what happened was he got drunk from that, and apparently he was also taking shots with us during the game night because he wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
So he drank and he's like 5'6", 5'7". Dude, he's completely fine. It was so funny. But now I look back at that VOD on what I thought was RP, and I'm like, bro, that was not RP. That was one man who was high on Xanax and alcohol. Not actually Xanax. Damn. Yeah, it was funny as fuck.
That's crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever had an experience like that bad.
Really?
Like, I don't really drink. Like, I don't know. Like, it was never really a thing for me because, like, I always thought soda tasted better than beer. And so I just never drank.
Dude, beer unironically tastes bad.
Yeah, I don't. You don't like it?
No, people pretend that it tastes good. It's like, no, it doesn't, bro.
There's some beers that I don't hate, but it's not like I wouldn't choose to drink it, you know?
When would I ever drink that over Dr. Pepper? Well, you're drinking Twisted Tea, isn't that? Like,
Twisted Tea's good.
Yeah? Okay.
It's okay.
It's all right. Yes, okay.
I was just offered one. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It kind of tastes like like oil. Like if somebody was like, oops, and they like poured some oil into some tea, it would be that.
Car oil?
Twisted tea, you know.
Car oil or
Car.
food oil?
Either or. I'd say car. I was thinking car, but
Oh yeah, no, that's actually. You know what? I've smelled oil before, and I'm like, yes, this might taste good. Never actually did it, but
oh my god.
Wait, like
Wow.
wait, like gasoline?
yeah,
Gasoline smells good.
I like the smell of gasoline.
It smells so good.
it does. Yeah, I've never had like alcohol poisoning or anything like that. Like I got food poisoning before though. Like in that one Tectone, were you there at that one stream that we did at Soda's house where it was like everybody was picking, like they were like writing things on like a board.
Yep.
And then I immediately, it was like a group stream of like 10 people, and I got up. I'm like, guys, I think I have food poisoning. I have to go. And like I drive home, and it was in rush hour, and I was pulling off on the highway on I-35 to throw up on myself.
No way.
Yes.
I didn't know this at all.
Fuck.
And so I'm driving home and I'm throwing up on myself. And it's just like, and I'm obviously like wearing a white t-shirt. And so it's just like, now it's a red t-shirt.
Red.
Yeah.
You're throwing up blood?
No, but it's pizza, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
The tomato sauce. And
Okay,
then
sure.
I thought it was blood too. It was like that's a very casual way by being like, I'm dying. This is what dying is.
and so I have to get gas. And so I'm like throwing up on myself, pumping gas at 7-Eleven. And I finally get home. And like, obviously this is like Texas. And I only clean off like half of it. And then I come back out like 2 hours later after I finally get home after like an hour. And it's like all of the fucking puke is like cooked onto the car. It's,
Oh.
Is it still there?
yeah.
Is the puke still in your car?
Yeah.
That's sick.
I mean, you know.
That's cool as fuck. Dude,
That's the worst one I've ever had. I don't think I've ever had anything worse than that.
I
don't know.
I don't know. Spills in cars, I just don't clean them up at all.
Really?
I had a car for 10 years, Chevy Spark. Like
Yeah.
Frappuccino exploded in the back,
Uh-huh.
full throttle energy drink exploded all over the roof. I'd just leave it on there.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Just get a wet vac. It takes no time to clean it.
I mean, it takes no time not to clean it too.
That's true. Well, the thing about the throw up thing, I probably just would have just I don't know, just a local car wash maybe would have helped.
I just, I got the chunks. I threw the chunks.
No, you
on
can
the
you can
driveway.
pay people.
You
to
fisted the
clean your
chunks
car.
off the deal
It
and you
takes
threw it in the
20
driveway.
minutes. They'll just like vacuum the interior of your car.
Yeah, but like then I got to take it over
Chunks.
there, and it's like then I'm
of pizza.
there. It's like now it's like a big thing, and it's like now I could be home, but I'm not, and so it's like I'm dealing with this other thing, and so it's like why would I want to do that?
I do think World of Warcraft is a mental illness.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Like it
What
ruins.
makes you think that?
Well, a whole bunch of things.
Are you trying to say that World of
saying
Warcraft
this is an
causes
intervention.
you to not clean it?
This is an intervention.
Oh, okay.
Like even we're doing IRL Trash Talk, the whole stream, and Nick just walks back and just starts grinding shards on World of Warcraft in the middle of this huge event, man. It's just,
Yeah.
you know what, Asmon, you're right.
I don't think that you understand. Like Valinir is going to be the best mace in the game for the rest of the expansion.
Yeah.
He's going to use this in Trial of the Crusader. Whenever ICC comes out, he's going to use it in that. It's also really good for Phase 1 Lich King, which is like the hardest fight.
True.
Like it's not stupid at all for
Yeah,
him to do that.
here's the thing. I do understand because I've played Wrath.
There he is.
I played Wrath of the Lich King. bro.
Yes. It's not dumb at all. This is normal.
Yeah.
It's everybody else's fault for making him stay there.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I agree, man. True. What do you think, Emmy?
I feel like I remember saying that I thought that League players were worse than WoW players. I don't think that anymore.
I didn't know that League was such a hated thing. I think I popped up one time in stream. I'm like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
Everybody who came in, no, not this game. And I was like, just playing a little game.
I think it's because so many people play it and they get mad at it. Like
Yeah,
it just
for
makes
sure.
people really, really mad. I've never played it. I have no idea why.
Yeah, it.
Would you ever try it?
I don't know if I would be able to handle that.
I think you would.
Yeah.
100%. Like I teach new players to play League all the time because there's this character I can play. His name's Dr. Mundo.
Yeah.
Best, coolest character in the entire game by far. It's not even close. And there's this build I can go where my team does not have to do anything at all. And I can 1v5 the whole time. There's this item called Heartsteel. And each time you hit somebody, you get more HP and the item does more damage. And it's infinite scaling.
Okay.
Right? So I go against like silver lobbies. I crush them. I have like 8, 9,000 HP. And I will not even joking, and Emmy knows, like I will literally, 5 people will come at me and it doesn't matter.
Because you queue with bronze players.
Exactly.
man.
Is that actually true though?
Yeah, 100%.
It's not. Okay, that's what I
You
thought.
would probably want to play ranked, right?
Yeah.
I could teach you. I could teach
I
you.
mean, I'm better than you at League of Legends.
No, you are not.
Then prove it.
You're literally silver Tectone.
Okay.
You
so-
demoted from gold. That's
Okay.
really impressive.
But first of all, I didn't. Okay. I was like, you know what? I'm not having fun. I'm going to pause and I'm going to wait a little bit. So you're telling me if I get higher rank than you in League, you will admit that I'm better than you.
No.
Well, that's the way the game works.
You'd
Okay.
have to surpass my peak. I used to be like top 2,000 players on the server.
On what server?
NA.
And you fell off.
also
Though.
playing on NA.
That makes no sense because it's because you're washed now,
I don't play anymore. I do other shit.
right? Well,
You're literally silver talking shit.
Well, what?
I saw your win rate, brother.
I could.
You're
I
not
could
passing me.
get,
You're
I
getting
could,
like 16 LP.
I could get diamond anytime I want.
Okay, then do it. That's
Okay, and what if I
only
do?
good for you? Then good for you. I don't understand.
When you were at the top, what year was this?
That was 2018, I think. So it's been a while.
Were you doing the 2017, 2018? That was like peak League of Legends on YouTube content. Were you grinding the YouTube content as well with League of Legends?
I would upload highlights and stuff, but I mostly just like grinded like on stream because I was obsessed with like getting. I had
All
4.
she would do, you have to understand, is like all she would do. I remember your stream. She would just sit there silently playing League. For
Yeah.
like 1,000 to 2,000.
There was one season I had 4 diamond accounts.
But here's the thing. everybody always says they're better than me at games. Yet for some reason, every single time we play games, I always win. Isn't that weird?
No,
Isn't that because like the Nidhogg tournament,
I never said I was better than you in Nidhogg. I never played that game.
right? But I'm just saying, like on average, the Smite tournament I won, the Nidhogg thing I won, the Among Us tournament I won.
Okay, you're better in Among Us. Okay, that's a great feat, Tectone. I'm really proud of you.
Would you like to 1v1 me in League of Legends, Emmy?
Sure.
Actually?
I don't care, but it's like even if you, it's like I don't care. I've literally 1v1 pro
Okay, so
players.
what is your-
Does that mean I'm better than pro players?
Yes.
Well, then I'm better than pro players, and I guess if you beat me, you're better than pro players.
Okay. Cool.
I think you're actually mad right now.
Because he's fucking annoying. This is like what we talked about earlier.
Yep. Okay, well, what is your ego game then?
My ego game.
If it's not League of Legends, what is it?
My ego game.
Yes.
It probably is League, but it's hard because I don't really like invest time into games anymore. But I would invest time into League if I had other people that were playing it, because when I played League the most, I had a bunch of friends who played, so it was more fun to climb. But now I don't, so it's like, what am I climbing for? It's like just myself, you know?
The problem with me, Asmon, is everybody thinks that I'm bad at games because I play gacha games for fun. But for some reason, I beat everybody at any game I play. So I'm just wondering what the game is that I'm bad at.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, like, you're bad at Elden Ring.
You think I'm bad at Elden Ring?
There were some situations that were not very favorable.
I think I clapped Elden Ring besides Millennia.
I mean, I'd have to go back and watch, but there were like, I remember you going down to like 2 millennia. Like, I feel like you died a lot.
I did die a
You fell off
lot.
the edge, and it's like I died a few times too, but like there's dying a few times, and then there's what you were doing. Like, that was crazy.
I think I'm pretty good at Elden Ring, Asmon. I think I'm pretty good.
Like, me, did you ever play Elden Ring?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you beat it?
No,
Oh my god.
I'm so bad at games. The only reason I even did it was because I would either find the soul farming hacks on TikTok or something, or my friend was like, "No, you have to just walk up like this or whatever." I'm
Let's
like,
go to this guy and then talk to him and then get
Yeah.
the item, and then you're gonna be good. Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with it though. I just couldn't beat it.
So you're not like a big gamer.
No, not really. No, especially the big fucking. I had the blood class. the swivel blade with the blood.
Rivers of Blood?
Rivers of Blood.
Maybe might have been that sword. I don't know. All I know is the giant fucking dude in the lake at the end. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to? Okay, so I'm supposed to run all the way up to this
Yeah.
big bat. Yeah, so I was just after a while. I think I died to it like 3 times. So I'm like, I got the whole picture of the game. It was one hell of a ride. Good job
I
from
get it.
software. I was like, that's it.
Me.
Yeah, I think I just like watched the end of the game on YouTube. I'm like, I did it.
Yeah. So that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah, I won. Yeah.
Dude, I wish I could be like that, man. That sounds so awesome. For me, like I'll get like insulted if I can't beat a game. Like if I can't beat it, I just get angry at myself.
Same. I like have to finish it if I've invested time.
At least solo player games.
This was the most unhealthy thing that I've done probably in the last like 2 months. Is that actually it was really bad because it happened with 2 games. So I played this game. It was called Wu Long. And I thought it was the most dog shit garbage game ever. And I make a video of how fucking bad it is. And literally everybody is saying, this is your Quantum TV moment. You're so like, and this is like Quantum TV. It was this guy who was like fucking like notorious for like saying how Elden Ring was the worst game ever and he never actually played it. So it like pissed me off. And I'm like, oh, you think I don't know what I'm talking about? You think this game's good? Okay, I'm going to play the entire fucking game. And then at the end of it, I'm going to tell you if it's good or not. I played the entire fucking game, complained about it nonstop for over a week straight on my stream for 8 hours. And at the end of the game, I said it was a 4 out of 10. The game sucked. And then it got worse. So this other game came out. It was called Bleak Faith. And it was like kind of a Dark Souls 1-esque game. And it was so fucking garbage. And it's like,
no, don't say that.
Well, it was made by 3 guys, and they fixed a lot of the things that were garbage.
Okay, I was stoked to play it,
but it is still. It is. There are some situations. Look, you're gonna have it. It is what it is.
The whole game was made by 3 people.
3 dudes made it, and it's actually like really good for 3 guys. And so I play it on the first day, and I'm just so mad. I'm pissed off. Like there was a bug where like opening my inventory caused me to lose health. Like that's how problematic this game was. And then better part is you would get on top of like these giants, like Attack on Titan style, and like try to stab them with a knife. But if you were on them for long enough, they would just instantly kill you randomly with no warning whatsoever. So I was figuring all this stuff out by failing at it. And everybody was like, okay, never play this game again. You're quitting. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this game. But there's something in my head. I couldn't let that fucking game beat me. And I sat there for fucking 5 days. And I beat that piece of shit game. I beat every boss. I got every weapon. And you know what? It was not that bad, but there were a lot of things about it that fucking sucked.
He's pretty good at grilling me.
But yeah, there's no way that game was going to beat me. I'll tell you that.
I feel like the only complaints I have with games are just like weird shit from when I was a kid, like the new Resident Evil 4 games, the remakes of that's coming out. And I remember I had this vendetta against it when I was a kid because I loved God of War. And I think Resident Evil 4 won Game of the Year that year. So I was like, I hate this game.
Yeah.
Fuck that stupid game.
Yeah.
With, whatever. So now even today still I'm just like, I'm not going to play fucking Resident Evil 4. Like, what the fuck? Fuck that game. So
who cares about that?
I feel like it's just like weird trickled memories that filter through. It looks good though. I don't know.
I hate that phrasing. The new Resident Evil 4 remake. It's like, bro, the game's like 1,000 years old.
It's been on like 4. It was on the Wii. I'm pretty sure even.
Was it
Yeah.
like
PS2?
Is it Resident Evil Skyrim?
Pretty much.
I can't remember what year it was. It was like every single game that came out was just a remake of an old game. And I hate that
In
shit,
the last
bro.
3 years?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think the only good remake that I've enjoyed vigorously was probably the Link's Awakening one on the Nintendo Switch. Other than that, was there any other revolutionary remake?
The Demon Souls remake was incredibly good.
Oh, yeah, I played that one
Flawlessly
too.
Amazing.
Yeah, that one was good too.
I did play the Dead Space remake.
Oh, was it
I
good?
did play that. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I like the horror games though, because
I've never played a horror game before, but I've heard Dead Space was really good.
Yeah, it's
Is it really a horror game?
like body horror kind of thing. Yeah,
Because I
like
know-
The Thing. It takes a lot of things from like John Carpenter's The Thing. I would say.
Yeah, because I know like the scariest part of Dead Space is like the steamy pipe at the beginning of the game where you're walking and all of a sudden a pipe explodes and it
Yeah.
scares the shit out of people.
It's a little jump scare. I mean, it's like it's atmospheric and fun, but it's not like overly like if a game's just like it's like Dead Space and you're like in a fucking I don't know, old mansion or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, whatever. It's atmospheric and fun, and the music is good. It's just like as an art piece, I really enjoy it. I think it's cool. I think it's just visually really enticing.
What games do you think are like the most interesting in terms of their art style?
I thought Elden Ring was great.
You did?
I got both. The Elden Ring art book came out in 2 volumes, and it was just like so good.
Yeah.
Scorn, I love that. I'm a huge like H.R. Geiger fan, and that guy just like Bakinski and Geiger. That's what the whole aesthetic was. Never played the game, so I don't know if it's just like shit or not. But
Scorn was like Warhammer-esque like style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Extremely. Yeah. But anything with just like weird mutilation, body horror stuff, I think is cool. That's just like my aesthetic. I just like that kind of
What
shit.
do you think about how every single game now is anime girls?
I don't give a shit. You know, you can do.
I think it's awesome.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. I just like I might just not buy into it. But I mean, I understand why people. I think like the only thing that I find, especially with like anime, is I feel like so much of the anime stuff is like animation wise.
Yeah.
It's like very dictated by obviously the budget they have and everything. So I watched like I watched Demon Slayer and I was like, this is so shitty. I didn't like it.
Really?
I thought it was terrible.
I thought the animation of that was amazing.
Oh, the animation's great. I meant the story. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. No, the animation's great. Obviously, yeah. Every anime, it's like there's probably gonna have like killer, beautiful things that like Big Mouth isn't gonna do, right? Like just like beautiful aesthetic of like even just like the cinematography of shots is great. But I meant to say the story is like it's a shonen kind of anime, whatever. But I thought Chainsaw Man was like kind of the exact same as Demon Slayer, except it was just elevated in some spot. Yeah, you had your gripes with it.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man's a lot faster paced. Demon Slayer doesn't really get good till episode 18, which is like a huge time sink to ask people to watch.
Well, I think that like even if you because there's the whole thing with when I was watching Chainsaw Man, I was like, God damn. He's sitting there and he's just like, I can't wait to squeeze her tits. That's the big thing, Ugh. And I was like, oh God. Damn.
Yeah, I hate
Jesus
that.
Christ. Or he's like, he pulls the tail on like the little pig dog with the chainsaw. He pulls the tail on his asshole or whatever. He like pulls that and that's how he turns it on. I was like, that's okay. Well, that's questionable. We're doing whatever. But I thought all of the monsters were like way cooler than Demon Slayer. Like it was visually just so much more satisfying to me.
Oh yeah.
Than Demon Slayer.
I think so too. I like the monsters in there, and even like the ghost devil and shit like that. That was so badass.
I just like the tomato demon. Like the very first monster you see in it is like a giant tomato dude.
Yeah.
So you like
walking
the
around.
grotesque type stuff.
Yeah, I just like stuff, just weirdly interesting.
You ever seen Bloodborne? Like all the stuff out of that.
Yeah, I have the art. I have never been able. I've tried to play that game because I like the gothic aesthetic. I couldn't get past the first. The wolf at the beginning.
No way.
I tried to just running past him. He just chases you and kills you.
No way.
I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So once again, I was just pop on YouTube, watch it through.
Yeah.
I win.
So that's what happens.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hey there, Steak and Eggs listeners. Tectone here, and let me tell you, if you're in the market for some new clothes, you gotta check out OTKnetwork.com. Our apparel is so good. We've got everything from cozy hoodies to sleek crew necks to snug joggers, and let me tell you, these joggers are the real deal. I wear them all the time, and they're made with high-quality materials that are built to last. But here's the best part. Use the code STEAK at the checkout for a sweet 15% off your order. That's right. Just type in STEAK at checkout and watch the savings pile up. So don't wait. Get yourself some fresh new clothes from OTKnetwork.com. If you are looking for have you read a manga or no?
Back in the day, I used to go to Borders bookstore when that was a thing, and I used to buy a shit ton of manga. Like I used to have like almost all of the Naruto. I used like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho,
Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho is so
Death
good.
Note, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you are ever giving it a shot, I think based on who you are, I think you'll like a book called Uzumaki by Junji Ito.
Oh yeah, I know all of
those are
his
so good.
stuff.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay, awesome. Easy.
His stuff. I like a lot of the horror manga stuff, like 80s and like late 70s, like Hideshi Hino. It's like one dude who inspired Junji Ito and stuff. But all those old school dudes, it's just like really great cartooning, like super simple. But Junji Ito obviously is like super detailed and it's really cool. But there's also like a brilliance too about people who can take like super lowbrow characters and make them like really grotesque and fun. A lot of that stuff isn't translated, but it's still cool to just flip through and look at this stuff.
Or Berserk as well, if you haven't seen Berserk.
Yeah. And Berserk as well.
Oh, you've seen Berserk as well? Fuck yeah, there it is. Easy, man. Hell yeah.
All the stuff that I haven't seen or read, I just have like the art books of it and stuff.
So you just kind of like appreciate it for the art, but like not necessarily like, like play through maybe all the games or like read all the.
Yeah. Or sometimes I just wait for it to be done so I can like binge it. Like especially like the books. Like I'd love to get all the Berserk books and just be able to like flip through it and not feel like I have to like wait for the story because I'm an impatient little hog, as they say.
I think that one's been going on for 20 years.
Long time. And the dude's dead now. So it's like,
Yep.
Apparently, the editors are carrying it forward, and like,
Oh, so they are going to finish it?
Yeah.
they
So
are.
Oh, okay.
apparently the author was prepared for his death, and he like
Yeah.
trained a team to like continue it on.
Holy shit, the dude who does One Piece, my friend is like deeply into like One Piece and all that
Same.
stuff. They like Shonen Jump has that dude on like life support. Like, you have to go to sleep, and he's like, "Oh, fine, I will." And I'm like, I feel like it's just like another one of those things. Those dudes like work themselves to where, and they just chain smoke cigarettes and stuff,
Jesus.
have panic attacks, and
They
just die of
sleep
a
like
heart
5
attack.
hours a night.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
The exact same thing with the manga artist of Hunter x Hunter as well. Same thing. He's prepared. He thinks he's gonna die. He's prepared a team to take over it after he's died. His wife is the one who created Sailor Moon. So like,
Oh shit. Damn.
yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Part of that, there's this YouTuber I love called Paulo from Tokyo. Have you heard of him?
No.
He just is a dude who does like a day in the life of Japanese firefighter. He lives in Tokyo, obviously. But the whole thing is he did an episode, The Day in the Life of a Mangaka, whatever. And it's like the work schedule they have and like the kind of like hierarchy and tier system of like the amount of work you even have to do before you get your own book too is like so grueling. And it's really impressive, but it's also just one of those things where it's like, I think everybody's just universally understood where they're like, I'm probably going to die doing this thing, which is like, pretty cool, but pretty.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
That's
yeah.
sick.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like, it's better. I don't fucking know. My dad does construction, which is like nothing against construction, but I'm like, I don't think he hates it. So at least if you die doing what you like, that's probably
That's
cool.
a good point. Yeah, it's like imagine dying doing something you fucking hate. That would suck.
Like having a crane fall on you.
Yeah, that would.
Or like you choke on a peanut.
Yeah,
Imagine being the fucking loser.
you just get hit by a bus.
Sorry.
Like, that's it. All
Choking
right.
on a peanut.
Yep, you're out.
It's a brutal way to die.
No, I mean, I don't know. I feel like with a lot of the different mangas and everything, they're so big. Like One Piece, hasn't it been going on for like 20 years, 30 years, something like that?
A long time. I think 20 years.
It's insane. There's like people are like, yeah, okay, so basically you can skip the first 300 episodes. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's actually
What do you mean?
it's actually way more than that.
I
It's
get
like the
the,
first, it's like the
can't
first
wrap my head
900.
around that.
I get the
It's just
Cliff Notes
crazy.
version from my friend who's just like is so wrapped up in like the lore. He's like, yeah, they say Oda has like 5 more years left on it. And I'm like, how could wrap up the pirate idea?
Yeah.
How many? What more do you have to say?
No, I would say 8 years minimum. He thinks 5 years. He's wrong. It's gonna take him 8 years for sure because each one of the pirates. I know all about this. I researched all the time.
Classic Oda.
Yeah, classic Oda. He's a fucking moron. We already know how the One Piece is gonna end, anyways. It's obvious. Pretty much the way that it's gonna end is that they're gonna reunite all the continents and the islands into one piece. And that's the title of the show. They're gonna get some ability from probably. It's gonna be people say that Sky P. I'm such a nerd. People say that Sky P is a filler arc. It's actually not. It's the most important arc because that's pretty much what it's gonna make. Right.
I love this.
Trust me. Okay.
Like listen to a politician talk about like
No, trust
global
me.
warming or some shit like
And
that. Yeah.
They're gonna go to the moon. Okay, I'm telling you right now because the moon controls the tides of the oceans. Okay, that's a whole thing about the sea and being pirates. They're going to go to the moon. They're going to get a new devil fruit, and the devil fruit is going to give them the ability to bring world peace by connecting all the islands into one piece and reunite the all blue, which will complete Sanji's dream, also complete Nami's dream, and Chopper. There's going to be an island that the crew is going to have to go to, but Chopper has to fulfill his dream of being able to make a potion that cures all illnesses, and that will give them the ability to go to that island because it makes you sick when you go near it. That'll also complete Chopper's dream. But yeah, that's obviously the ending of One Piece, and this will age perfectly.
So you said you didn't like the.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. I'm gonna get attacked on TikTok again.
Go ahead.
No, I don't dislike One Piece. It's just I can't fathom being like, okay, this looks really good, so I'm going to devote thousands of hours to my life to this now.
Let me dead ass. I read
What
the
about
entire.
League?
Okay, well, that just happened on accident. This would be on purpose.
With Emmy, you got to realize when you bring out examples like that,
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, come on. That's
That's different.
totally different thing, guys.
It's totally different.
I read all of the manga in One Piece in 2 weeks. It really wasn't even that bad.
What the fuck?
I decided you just read it. It's only 1,000 chapters. It's really not that bad. You know, just read it. It's good. Some of the text is a little bit too big.
Were
but,
you doing anything else with
Nope.
your life?
Nope.
Jesus.
I just literally woke up, read One Piece, went to sleep. Woke up, read One Piece, went to sleep. It was awesome. Because I was supposed to be visiting family, but I fucking hate doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, you know, instead of playing World of Warcraft, I just read a book.
Right.
It was
I
dope.
I don't know. I mean, I've thought about going and watching that. There's like so many different animes that I'm like so far behind on that I haven't watched. I feel like One Piece is like it's that big one that I've never actually looked into. I don't know anything about it.
I love anime when it's in a limited series.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's that Netflix Devilman Crybaby. I don't know if you saw that.
It's one of Emmy's favorites.
It was fucking super great.
So it's Devil May Cry?
Crybaby.
Crybaby.
It's really funny. It's like incredibly stylized, but it's also just like very poignant. And by the end, you're just like, I'm glad that this is just all that it is.
Wait, actually, you liked the ending?
I did, yeah. I thought it was great.
I loved everything except the ending.
Really, I think that it's I don't know. It's like tragic in a great way.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
Techie doesn't like sad, like open-ended endings, right?
Well, I don't know. It's not that I don't like sad endings. It just felt like a pointless ending because it's just like I don't want to say anything, but like it made me feel nothing. I was just like, why did I watch this?
This is such like a shitty rebuttal, but I feel like that's the point, that it is
No,
pointless.
wait, if that is the point, fair.
I think that there is a point to like even when it is pointless and you like put the good fight in and you do try, but it is all in vain. I think that there's still like, there's still like hope in a good way for that. And it does have like a peaceful ending with the character, you know, and stuff. And it's like, though it is like a bleak kind of tragic ending, it feels very like full circle.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying it's like something. It's like
For sure. No, I mean, yeah.
It's like for example, like the Neon Genesis Evangelion ending for the manga is very bad because it's happy. But the ending for the anime is very sad, and it makes sense for it, so I like it a lot more. But the one for Devil May Cry Baby, I just wasn't a fan of that. But like the riot scene where they're holding up,
Oh my god!
I was like, oh fuck, this is insane.
Yeah,
I thought it was so good.
It's it was just it checked a lot of really great boxes of like, I thought it was actually funny. I hate when I'm watching anime sometimes and it's like trying to be funny, but it's just like
It's like the over exaggerated like emotion.
not even over exaggerated, because sometimes a lot of that stuff is just like, also how does it translate into even like from like page to screen or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but it's just like the comedy, it's just, you can tell like maybe the writers just aren't very whatever, but I just thought it was really funny in spots, but then it was able to just like immediately switch without like also losing you. It's just cool.
So it's not like Devil May Cry like the game, right?
No, it's
No.
different. It's
No,
different.
no.
It's Devilman, which is a franchise,
Like
like
an
an
IP
older
from-
show. They pretty much like remade it into like it's a remake basically. but-
Oh, okay.
No, but it's not the same story though. Like it's
Yeah,
just
it's
like some of the same characters, pretty much.
Yeah. I think my favorite
that
though
out.
still is I just like Baki. I think Baki's really funny.
Oh my god, I love you, dog.
I've
I love that
only
show so
watched
much.
clips
So
of it.
it's so funny.
Is it actually good?
It's incredible.
It's like it's really, really, really stupid, but it's like really, it just is really fun. It's like it's the most like unexpected body horror. I love how that guy draws just like the human anatomy. It's just grotesque and also like it's very like campy and just funny, and I think it's just like, it's a really easy watch too. Like even the filler episodes just are kind of just fun and stupid.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. I like that one.
It has the same effect as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where the first arc seems like weird, and you're like, why did it end that way? But then you realize the first arc is very important in a later arc. So like the first episode is all build up, but the build up is so cool because it's just like cool fight after cool fight with characters that you think are random, then it makes sense later. And like the main character, dude, this part was so cool. Literally has a power up arc by just fucking this girl for like 3 episodes.
What the fuck?
It was because his dad was like, you need to become a man.
Yeah.
And if you're a man, you need to have sex. And he's like, okay, dad, I'll do it.
All right, I will. It's just funny too because and then all the other filler stuff where he's the girl in the episodes like
Baki, you can't be fighting people all the time.
whatever, and it's like him in like a normal outfit, but he's like 16 and he's like 7 feet tall and just like jacked, and he's just like, I have to like stop my dad in like blue jeans and stuff. And you're like, this is so fucking stupid.
So it becomes so dumb, it's actually entertaining.
I think so. Yeah.
What's your favorite arc out of curiosity? Or favorite moment?
I really like in the one of the newer seasons. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of really funny stuff. I really like it's mostly just like how stupid some of the fighters are. Like he fights this like world-class surgeon who's he's like, I know, I'm the best surgeon in the world or whatever. And he's like jacked, like huge.
What?
And he sits there and he like my fingers are scalpels, and he cuts Baki's eye, like retina to his eye, so he's blind in the fight. And he's like, ha, see, I knew precise precision, whatever. And he's just this giant, like a gorilla man, like
What the
huge deal.
fuck?
And like that kind of stuff's funny. It's just always funny seeing how Baki like comes out of it. And yeah, he's like 14.
Yeah,
Like that kid sure can fight. You're like, that's your response to this. It's like, what the fuck?
I think
gets his eyes cut out.
one of the coolest things Baki does. Very rare do other shows do this. Sometimes they're not rare, but it's one of my favorite like things that happens. They don't show Baki getting stronger by like showing him train, but sometimes they show Baki getting stronger by like showing other people train.
Yeah.
And then Baki comes out of nowhere and just wrecks their shit in one hit.
Yeah.
Sort of like a Rocky moment, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just see him get the shit kicked out. He's like, "Ugh," and he comes out and gets,
I
Dude,
thought about actually watching that.
You
It
should.
seems so fucking ridiculous.
dude, you
It's-
really should.
Yeah.
It's like a really, really easy watch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they got Mike Tyson in it, and they got Muhammad Ali in it.
What?
I know that they have Muhammad
Yes.
Ali.
I did not know about that.
It's it's really funny how they introduce the characters too. Baki's like, so who are you? Once again, 14, 7 feet tall. He's like, I'm Muhammad Ali. And you're like, excuse me? What's that? And he's like, I'm the greatest boxer to ever live. And just like looks at the camera. You're like, all right, that's a
No shame.
yeah.
There it is. Wow.
They're doing that a lot more in current anime.
What?
Where they bring in real life like athletes into their shows.
Yeah.
Like for example, like there's another show called Blue Lock, where they introduce I think his name is Ronaldo Messi. I think that's
What?
Oh, the
Isn't- they put
football
they put
player?
Messi in Blue Lock.
yeah. They put Messi in Blue Lock and Pascal. I think if that's
I thought Messi was like impossible to get a hold of, or like
Well,
he's like a
probably,
unicorn.
Someone like voice acting for him, right?
Oh, no.
I'm only like 6 episodes into Blue Lock.
you started watching it.
I did when it started, but
You
I
like
haven't
it?
Caught up. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I love it. It's one of my favorites right now.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they don't have a voice. They just like show images of him and like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, they like quote him because like everything in Blue Lock, it seems like superpowers, but all the special moves they do are actually real moves that soccer players have done in real life. And bro, it's so good.
Oh, isn't that anime about soccer?
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's like Squid
What,
Games
dude?
soccer.
What?
It's soccer Squid Games.
Yeah.
People die in it?
So
No.
they don't die, but their dreams die,
What?
Yeah.
and so they lose their meaning of their
Yeah,
life.
Which is
isn't it
worse.
Like if they
To be fair,
lose, they're never
it's pretty
allowed to
bad.
play soccer again.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But it's like they're all these people that are like, soccer's my dream. I want to be a pro soccer player. It's like,
Yeah.
if you lose this, you're never touching a soccer ball ever again.
Wow.
Yeah, and some people when they get told you can't play ever again, like they become like disgusting versions, like pathetic, like blobs of who they once were. So
Yeah.
it's like seeing like the symbolic death.
It's like a mental like fucking like a
Yep.
mind fuck or
And
something.
and
like that.
every single time, and this just happened. I just watched episode 23. Oh my god, what a plot twist! Every single time you think you know where the show's going, it just completely goes out the window.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch a soccer anime. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's your thing, but it is good.
Yeah.
You might like Devilman Crybaby though.
I mean, if there's demons and devils and swords and guns and shit, yeah, I think I
Oh,
like
then
it.
yeah,
It'd
you'll
be
love
alright.
it.
Okay, but did you like ever like Dragon Ball Z or like superheroes?
I like Dragon Ball Z until they kept replaying the same fucking episode right before Goku kills Frieza.
Yeah,
And they played that on TV in like 3rd grade 4 weeks in a row, and I said, fuck this.
I can't remember the exact number.
Too much.
But before Dragon Ball Z had a Kai, which was a quicker version of Dragon Ball Z, I think it was like 18 chat commenters now. It was like 18 episodes of Goku charging a spirit bomb, of him just standing there,
Yeah.
just doing fuck all. But you should try to watch 1 or 2 episodes of Blue Lock just to know. Because it's really does like, oh, it's a soccer anime. It's so much more than that.
I'm almost afraid if I'll like it. Like, I'm afraid to like a soccer anime
Why?
because it's just so ridiculous.
It's so cool.
There's a lot of sports animes that are pretty good. Yeah, there's like what's the basketball one called?
Kuroko no Basket,
I
Ice Shield
don't think
21,
I care for
Haikyuu,
Haikyuu's good though.
Freeze
oh my
Weird.
god.
Haikyuu is a volleyball anime. It's like, isn't Haikyuu like one of the most popular sports anime?
It is.
Yeah.
I think it's okay, but people like it.
That is crazy. I had no idea about any of this. Wow.
I'm gonna send you some videos, Asmon.
Oh god.
I hope to God you like it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I mean, I've been watching Log Horizon. That's like a
Oh, no.
it's a what?
Isekai.
Oh, have you
I
seen
watched
it?
that one. I watched it when it came out though, which was like years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't remember.
It's
it too
actually
well.
good. Yeah,
it was
I
good.
kind of like it. It's just like a video game anime. It's like, oh yeah, I play video games. Okay, I can get this. I understand.
I
this.
understand.
So
all
you
these
you
jokes.
like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, if you like it, I will watch it because I want to know what you like. So I will watch it as well. I gave up after
Okay.
2 episodes. I thought it was not that good, but I'll watch more.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, to me, like usually it's not as interesting as Overlord, I would say.
Yeah, I was gonna say from what I remember, it's similar to Overlord, like just one of those like isekai, like MMO inspired animes. I don't remember like anything like super crazy about it.
Okay. Did you like Overlord?
Yeah. Why? You didn't like it?
Oh, I thought that shit was ass, bro.
Why?
I don't like the art style. They change what the show's about later in the seasons. They go from more like action to like political, which also pisses me off. They do the same thing for Attack on Titan, which is it's different for Attack on Titan. I guess it made sense, but like Overlord, I've never been a fan of at all.
I
They
like season 1.
also Albedo didn't exist in the light novels. They just added her in just for fan service, which I think is good.
Apparently, she did exist in the light novels because
Yeah.
we talked about this and a commenter corrected me.
Really?
Is that she did not exist in the original, like the extended version, and
Yeah.
then the light novels added her in, and then the anime just took what the light novels had.
Oh, okay.
That's what a random YouTube commenter said, and I'm just repeating this as if it's a fact.
Yeah.
I have actually no idea.
I mean, it sounds
He probably knows
accurate.
what turtle dead
Yeah.
turtle fetus 377. He probably knows what he's
yeah,
talking
of course.
Turtle's a good dude.
Yeah, yeah. He's got his head on straight.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows what's up.
about. Fuck.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hey everyone, as the best Dark Souls player on this podcast, and therefore the best gamer on this podcast, I feel obligated to tell you that Starforge Systems is the go-to computer for all things PC gaming. I really couldn't imagine rolling 3 times, swinging my sword, and then rolling 3 more times on any other PC. Whether it's their Horizon line, which is great for new gamers, or someone just looking for a great deal, or their Voyager line, which is built with streamers like me in mind, you can't go wrong with a Starforge Systems computer. Go to starforgesystems.com and become a god gamer, just like me. Okay, I've got our little game here if you guys want to do that.
Let's do the game.
It's probably a good time. Okay, so this game, we've done this before. It's basically our producer helps come up with these. It's like a shitty description of a gamer anime, and then we have to guess what it is. But I'm going to be the one reading this, so I guess you guys can score points.
Sure.
Okay. The first thing is, do you want me to tell you if it's a game or anime, or do you just want it to be like open? Like,
I think it would probably. Yeah, don't tell us.
I don't care.
Don't
tell us? Okay.
Meat, are you ready?
Got
Yeah.
8 here.
I'm gonna do very bad at this.
No, you're gonna kill it, man.
This shit's fun. Okay, first one. Buzzkill girl refuses to try mushrooms.
Super Mario.
No.
That was a good guess. That was a
I
good guess.
thought Peach.
That was a
I
good-
don't know.
good
Fuck it.
guess.
Buzzkill girl tries to try
Refuses to try mushrooms.
I mean, it's not Metroid, is it?
No.
Okay.
Mob Psycho.
No.
Can we get the genre? Now that we've all lost.
It is. Oh God. It was originally a game.
Buzzkill girl tries to get mushrooms.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Last of Us.
Yes.
No way.
Last of Us.
My man.
Okay, 1 point for
Wow.
Hey, Papa
okay.
Meat.
Hell yeah.
yeah, I was like, wait, we just talked about this earlier. I can't.
Yeah, well, I was like mushroom. What I'm like Mario, and now Last of Us.
I haven't played it or seen it yet. so-
Okay, there you go.
Sam.
Okay. Next, the story of a boy and his relationship with his right hand.
Legend of Zelda?
No.
The Hyrule. The Triforce.
See, I get what you
Yeah.
mean, but like,
Yeah.
wait, that actually is good. No,
Yeah.
it's not Zelda.
Parasite?
Yeah, Parasite.
Didn't know
Anime.
what that one was.
Yeah.
W.
Okay, a middle schooler learns to count in an emotionally healthy
Mob Psycho.
way. Yep.
Go.
Jesus.
We're fucked. Yeah. I got the mushroom one. I'm happy about that.
A man fights ghosts as he struggles with his eating disorder.
What? Luigi's Mansion?
No.
That was a good one.
Okay.
I haven't seen The Whale yet, but that sounds like The Whale.
Yeah.
A man fights ghosts as he struggles with his eating disorder.
Oh man.
Fight Ghost. The eating disorder thing is the craziest part. I cannot correlate that at all.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, genre? What's the genre?
It's a video game. It's an old video game.
Ghost
Old
of
video
Goblins? Like I don't know.
It's an old video game.
Dead Space, Resident Evil.
Older than that.
Oh, so
Is it
older.
Mario?
Yeah, not Mario.
Wait, what was it?
She said it was older than
Oh.
Older than Dead Space.
Dead Space. Yeah.
It's a very old game. And
Oh, Pac-Man.
yes.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
310.
Okay. Yeah.
A group of nudists cause chaos as they dine with their friends.
Darling.
Oh, Attack on Titan.
Yep,
Oh, sick. Hell yeah, dude.
that was good. An orphan raised by birds fights pirates as she deals with a jellyfish infestation.
Oh, that is Metroid.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
It
Asmon?
was Ridley.
What the? Oh, yeah, true.
Two girls struggle to keep their clothes on as they collect coins.
Kill a Kill?
No.
Collect coins.
Two girls.
Two girls struggle to keep their clothes on as they collect coins. Amaranth.
No.
Oh man.
It is an anime. The only person here who might have seen this is Tectone. I don't know if this one was fair.
Kill a Kill.
No.
Darling in the Franks.
No.
I have no idea.
Should I just...
Yeah, just say it.
It's Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's an old one, bro. That's an old
a
one.
good one. Okay. Bring your son to work day goes terribly wrong.
Evangelion.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know why. I don't know why I had to whisper it, but
3-2-2.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
You like whispered every time.
I did every time. I was ashamed of every answer. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That was good. I've actually never watched that.
I've seen the first episode, so that was
So that. Oh my god.
perfect.
There you go.
That's the first episode. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, watch it. Don't read it.
Really?
Yeah, they changed the ending.
Well, dude, I heard they my friend, that's like his favorite thing. They're like, oh, I did 4 different endings
Yeah.
or something like that. Something crazy.
The good one is the anime one.
Okay.
Okay. So is it, wait, I thought that there was like 3 different movies or something like that.
Yeah, there's like rebuilds and shit too.
Yeah, they
okay.
remade the show.
Oh, so you just mean the show ending, not the movie endings?
Yeah, the anime ending of Evangelion, the original one, is really, really, really good.
I remember it would come on Adult Swim like really, really late at night. That was the first way that I actually got into anime, as I would watch Ghost in the Shell and Full Metal Alchemist. And like
Yep.
I never stayed up to watch Evangelion ever.
The only one I ever stayed up for was just because Inuyasha was the first one in the like Toonami block.
God, Inuyasha was so annoying.
I hated that.
Yeah.
Oh my
watching,
God.
Yeah, the amount of time, I think they say his name like 80 times in an episode.
Yeah,
Falls down a goddamn well and just screams Inuyasha for like
yeah.
22 minutes. You're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I don't
Oh
know
my
if I could
God.
handle that. That'd be too much for me.
I like it, but I remember back then I was like, his sword's cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
By the way, I just want to
Got
say
it.
your Pinocchio video is one of the greatest piece of like art I've ever seen.
wow. Well, I don't know if I will. I appreciate that. But
Yeah.
I can't obviously accept that compliment, but
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, it's been thrown in your direction. The 3D one is so cool, and the premise of it is so cool. I mean, even the original one as well is awesome as fuck. But I watch it all the time, and I show it to all my friends.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Is there what video are you most proud of where you would accept a compliment? So you're fighting demons, huh?
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, there's, I mean,
It's always crazy when you see someone who's accomplished amazing things, created amazing art, and they're like, it is what it is.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of how, I mean, I don't know. If I had to say, I really like the Yokai Bob the Builder one was, that one was cool just because I had never done like another language before. And that was cool being able to give voice actors and do that kind of thing and
Yeah.
kind of make like a weird, also I was just like really into like reading about yokais and stuff. And I was like really in that. And I just thought it was really cool. And I really like the music at the end as well. So
What is there like a video that you really don't like? Oh, also the Logan Paul one, bro. That shit had me dying. We're like meeting Logan Paul in like a back alley.
oh yeah.
That shit is.
Oh,
yeah, you saw
Mike,
that shit
yeah.
too. It's so funny.
God.
Yeah. That he's not mad about that. DaBaby got mad too over that video.
Wait, what?
I had Migos message me on Instagram.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you gotta do one. You gotta do another one or something, whatever." But apparently, I think that like they shared that video around like a text chain or something like that. But yeah, that motherfucker was not happy. Same. A lot of people are like usually really like they don't. Usually, a lot of people are just like this is funny. They don't care. But some people are. I probably can't say all of them, but
Was Logan Paul mad?
I don't think he hasn't really ever addressed. I did hear Mike say something about it or something, but really they didn't say anything about it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
What was the worst reaction you've had? Like anybody that gets like really, really mad.
I don't know if I can't say.
Say it. That's pretty bad then.
There was like a legal thing that happened with it.
Jesus.
I could tell you when we're done recording, but that,
Okay.
that once again, motherfucker was mad kind of deal.
What about one that you could say?
Somebody who was mad or upset?
Yeah.
I heard the first time, I think Linus, that was like one of the first people, and I just like kind of used his likeness, but it wasn't whatever.
Yeah.
I remember he was kind of like, he didn't really like it and stuff. I don't think Shane Dawson liked it.
You put a cat in there?
I wish. No. I put cat hair on his shirt though, so that was
That's close enough.
but yeah, other than that, usually people are cool with it.
That
Mr. Beast. Did you guys see that?
Oh, holy shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, you made a
feel
video
so
on it,
bad
right?
for
The
Mr.
Mr. Beast cured blindness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I just wanted to make I thought it was an interesting premise because whenever I was told that the kid in the thumbnail was like AI or he was like not even a real kid
Yeah,
or something, he's not even in the video or anything. I thought that was cool. And that was like the video I wanted to do is like what happened to him.
Yeah.
So that was the video. I
Like he
wanted to
used an AI kid in his thumbnail.
That's what I was told, but the
Interesting.
kid isn't in the video or anything.
I think that's a good idea personally.
Yeah, because like then
Yeah.
it's like you don't have like a kid like when they grow up. they're-
Yeah. I think that's super smart.
Yeah.
Did you see the Mr. Beast controversy though, where people were angry at him for curing blindness and saying that he only does it for his own self-interest, not because he wants to help the world?
Yeah. Well, I even on like the video I released, people were just like, people kept saying like, because I know the big meme is like Twitter hates him or something. And I think that people mistook what I did, which it's like, it's funny because I forgot the kind of, in like business, there's like a specific name for what he does now because it's like,
Philanthropist?
yeah, but it's like, it's like out of like making money through charity kind of thing. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
But it's like an interesting debate with people of like the moral of like, is it correct what he's doing or something like that?
Well, he makes money off of doing like charitable acts, but then he takes all the money that he makes and reinvest it
Yeah.
into doing more.
It's true. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Money has to come from somewhere, and then the way
Yeah.
I feel is like if he's using it to do good, if he takes some for himself, like what's different from other people who are making content that's not for helping people, you know?
I think that what happens is that you got people that are sitting at home doing fucking nothing.
Yep.
And they see somebody go out there and do this, and it makes them think, wow, I'm doing fucking nothing.
Yep.
And there's got to be a way that I can take that and make it not as good as what it is so I can feel better about where I'm at. I think that's what it's
I
all
don't think
about.
there's really any argument that you could say that what he's doing is negatively impactful.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the biggest thing that the critique and stuff that I've seen is the ethics of like, I get like, I don't even know how to say this. It's like the weird thing with like Johnny Carson. When Johnny Carson retired, you found out that he donated like, tens and tens of millions of dollars privately without doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like profiting off of your acts of charity and stuff like that. Is it selfless? Does it still hold the same kind of merit and weight and
Is there
stuff?
any true altruism?
Which at the same time, it's like the deeds are being done. So
Yeah.
it's like he's still implementing the same kind of positive change. But I think
Yeah.
that people feel maybe grossed out by the aspect of like, oh, this isn't coming from a genuine place. This is all for money.
I think
I
that
see it's like promoting
I think
it.
it's just purity testing. It's people.
I
That
think
are
so.
looking-
And
yeah.
but I think that that's just the line. And
I
it's
do,
like
I do think that there's examples of that though. Like in my
Yeah.
mind, I feel
For
like
sure, yeah.
any time, like the line for me is that if somebody is doing something charitable to try to like erase something bad that they've done or to like
Yeah.
change.
Well, yeah, it's like Logan Paul. Like Logan Paul reinvesting
Yeah.
people and like fucking with people's money, and then he's like, "Well, I'm doing the right thing by doing this," but it's like you shouldn't have even done it in the first place.
Well, it's like you do CryptoZoo, scam $20 million, and then you set up a fund for like $100,000, and it's like, look at me, you know?
and yeah, just a lot of like jealousy and other kinds of weird shit where people are just like, you know, I wish I had a fucking
$1
million to give away, or like
Yeah.
even have $1 million. And it's just weird things. But it's interesting though, that that kind of subject and stuff, like they're teaching that in college now, of like, what is the moral like dilemma between this kind of thing? It's like taught in like philosophy classes and business classes and stuff.
I just
Very
feel like
interesting.
so much of it is like it's like copium from people to try to find a reason why it's okay for them to do nothing, or it's slightly less bad for them to just.
And also, I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's the biggest guy. People, I mean, like,
Yeah.
people desperately want to see him fuck up.
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%.
Desperately.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, then it's just a thing where it's like, you know, you're against the grain, all this kind of stuff. And you're like, see,
Oh,
he was
yeah.
a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah.
I always knew it.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. And it sucks, but it's just like, that's what comes with like success. That's what comes with like notoriety, being that public person, especially when your whole thing is like being a good person.
Yeah.
Then people really want to see you.
They're like,
fuck
then,
up.
yeah, they're like, there's got to be a way that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to do anything good on the internet with people thinking that you don't have, I guess,
Ulterior motives.
100%.
Yeah.
Because like I did a speed run versus other streamer called Senna, where I wanted to break her PB, tried for 8 hours, couldn't do it because I'm shit at Super Mario 64. I'm just saying, I'm terrible at that fucking game. And I said, if I don't do it, I'm gonna go to Walmart and give people $500.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going around and I'm giving people money. I mean, this one lady cried because apparently she really needed it, and that was really
Yeah.
cool. It was a very nice moment, and I cried because I'm a sympathetic crier. I'll just be real. When somebody cries, I cry. It just happens. And then I see a bunch of comments being like, "Oh, this is so cool, so cool." And then one guy's been like, "You know, he's just doing this to just try to seem like he's a good person." And I'm like,
It's one of those things where you
It's
can't
so weird.
win. Because I remember a
100%.
couple years ago there was an instance where a lot of streamers were donating to like a specific charity and like posting their donations, being like, "Oh, I hope like this makes other people want to donate." I donated to it as well. Didn't post it because I don't really tweet much, and then I had people attacking me for not donating to it, even though I did just privately, and I was just like, well. But then those people who posted it were also getting attacked, being like,
Well, yeah.
Yep.
performative.
Yeah,
you just-
exactly.
You just can't win.
No, you never can. And that's just the fucked up thing with like money and everything else. And also there's just so many scummy people out there doing horrible things with like, you know, old prank stuff of like
Yeah.
giving homeless people money. And it's just like,
It's like, here's money. but
here's
it's-
$500 and
it's fake money.
I'm going to ear that, or I gave this guy $500 and it's like, I give you $500, but I know that I'm going to make like $40,000 off this video
Yeah.
kind of thing. And there's
Yep.
like weird kind of like shit like that. But yeah, but at the same time, it's like a weird thing that you just have to unfortunately say, fuck everybody.
There is a way to win at it, Emmy. What you do?
Here.
No. What you do is you donate the money, and then you have people that are mad at you for donating the money, and then you make a YouTube video reacting to the people that are mad, and you monetize that YouTube video,
"Yup,
and then you act like a victim.
That's a little,
there it is,
That's the classic double dip right there.
the old double dipper."
Yeah.
You always got to find a way to come out
That's
ahead.
smart.
Yeah.
Well, so your last video you posted was 8 days ago. This podcast from today will probably be posted in about 11 days. Will you have a new video published by then?
Yeah, I'm gonna have the Sneeko Charlie video up this Sunday.
That's it that quickly?
God.
We started that today. That's pretty easy though, so we're gonna try to get it done in I think 4 days.
How big is your team? Say we.
We're like, yeah. So luckily now that like I'm making money on it, I'm able to get other artists and stuff to help me. I'd say like probably like 10 to 12 people per
damn,
video.
okay.
So like animators, background artists, like composers, people who like can mix the audio and all that stuff and make it happen.
Do you ever just have like little images you put in as like inside jokes between you and your buddies, like very obscure frames right now?
I used to, but not anymore, just because everything goes by in such a blur.
Yeah.
That I don't have those fun moments anymore. I'm just like, it has to get done. Just go, run, fly, my friend, kind of thing. So but you know, sometimes like we have I think on a Twitch person asked if I could just put something on Charlie's tattoo or whatever. It's like really small and you'll never be able to see it, but it's like
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like they know that's there.
That's so cool, actually.
But it's just
Yeah.
like you'd never be able to see it with all the movement and stuff like that. But still, it's just the thing of like I know it's there because I saw him put it on there.
Yeah.
So doing those kind of things aren't too hard.
That's crazy. Like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I remember whenever I did animation in Macromedia Flash, like back in like the early 2000s. And I remember whenever I was animating at 12 frames per second, and then I changed it to 24, and I saw how much better it was, and I was mad because I knew I had to do twice as much work. Like, I cannot imagine animating actually something seriously. It would take so much time. So there's no surprise you need that many people to, like, you know, have that level of turnaround.
Yeah.
And also, it's just like when I first started out, it's like with anything, I don't know, probably with anything, but you start out and you're like wanting to be a one-man team and just be like, I did this all myself, blah, blah. But then you kind of drop the ego once you like let other people in to help elevate things of like an animator that's like, you could practice for 40 more years and you would never animate as good as them.
Yeah.
And they are like, you know, you're lucky enough to have them be like, yeah, I'd work on this with you. And just like elevate it and make it look even cooler than what it is. And it's just like a fun collaborative experience. And that's like the biggest, coolest thing with what I do now is just being able to work with so many awesome artists where you're just like learning and you guys like chatting together and you're just like making cool shit just to make it kind of stuff. So, you know.
You ever played Mario Kart?
Back in the day.
So the new Mario Kart, I don't know how, maybe you know how it works. You know how animation frames work. So they do 60 FPS by taking 30 FPS and then duplicating the frames to make it 60 FPS. Does that actually work? Or no? Like, does that look good or is that like cheap?
I don't really know. I mean, like in terms of like coding and stuff, it might look fine because those are like all kinds of different elements that are moving simultaneously. It's also fixed on a set camera that's like that you're controlling or on a track. So I have no idea. Versus like if you just took a thing that you made and you just doubled the frames, it would just look
weird.
super rushed and like because the animation you're doing is set to the frame, like the time code you're using, which is like the standard is like 24 FPS or whatever. But if you just double that, it would just look like a quick chaotic mess and it wouldn't be catered to 48 or whatever.
Because there's also like AI bots that like upscale videos to 4K. How does that work? Do you know how that works at all?
I don't know fucking magic.
Okay, cool.
It's like it's simultaneously like coding and like repixelating and like it's like doing everything that you've ever done for like a still image of like saturation, sharpening an image, like all kinds of stuff simultaneously through code. So who fucking knows? It's like the dude who made like that chess computer that beat the chess champion. What was it, Deep Blue or whatever. It's like you don't even know. They're just like, we just magic, numbers. And it's like what's the weirdest thing? It's just the answer's always just numbers. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I failed algebra, so I don't know anything about
same
AI.
I did too. Don't feel bad.
I like how almost everybody here. Did you fail algebra?
Nope.
All right, so we have 3 out of the 4 people here.
To be fair, I did get a C, but
that's not failing.
It's pretty much failing.
Not failing, but like at the same time,
oh come on,
like
C?
we weren't really
weren't
doing that much.
Listen, I didn't give a shit, but the way that your parents say it, it's like if you don't get A's or B's, you're a moron.
Well, like we were trying to stick pencils in the ceiling the whole time, and so like we didn't really know anything about math.
Throwing rocks and putting
eating
pencils in the ceilings, eating
what
dirt.
it is.
This is just algebra in Texas.
All right.
Well, I think this is probably the episode, no?
Which one?
No, I think like this is probably enough for the episode.
Oh yeah, I mean it's almost 2 hours. We've been going for a while. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem.
This was awesome.
Yeah, did you have fun?
Yeah, I did. It was great. I love the set and everything. I'm a big sucker for sets
Yeah.
and stuff, but it was nice. Also, like literally first time meeting all of you guys. So
Yeah, I know.
seriously, thank you.
I know. I had no idea that you were like just here in Texas and everything. And yeah,
Same. I had
right
no
around.
idea.
I was like, wait,
Yeah,
what
right
the
down the
fuck?
road.
Yeah, you're also hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like hilarious.
Appreciate it.
So you stream too on Twitch?
Yeah, it's just art stream. I stream like about every day.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow.
You stream every day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
MeatCanyon?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Got
just like, do you stream like your entire process, or are there times you're like, okay, I don't want to be live while I'm like doing the grind?
I find actually that streaming it has been like really motivational. Of like
Oh, sick.
when you feel not like it's like I have to perform, but it's like something where it kind of keeps your foot on the gas to keep like going, because then you like you can chat with people. But then it's if I'm like working by myself, I'll get it done. But also there's times where you just like look over at YouTube and you like look back. It's like, oh, I've been looking at YouTube videos for 2 hours,
Right.
Yeah.
kind of something. So just like it's like just a huge speed bump. So this is kind of cool. Of like if I'm just sitting here not doing anything and it's just like a flash panel with like nobody working on it, it's fucking boring.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's at least being able to do that and just draw some shit and then have people like ask about stuff. So it keeps the brain fresh.
And is your Twitch twitch.tv/MeatCanyon?
Probably. I just know I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
I just know I'm MeatCanyon on Twitch. So
one
Oh.
streamer award, best artist, and
Doesn't
best
even
artist.
know his own channel.
Yeah, like what's his
That's
channel?
sick.
I
That's
don't
kinda-
know.
That's-
I don't know the link deal, but I just know if
Yeah.
you type in MeatCanyon.
If that's your username, then
Well,
that's your
yeah,
link.
Yeah, yeah,
our
yeah.
editor will
I'm
put
sure
it
the
up.
editors.
Oh, okay,
put the
cool.
link on
Yeah.
the screen.
Yeah.
If you like death metal and cartoons, feel free to stop by.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. That's badass.
That is badass.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching, and we will, I guess, see you probably in the next one.
Yep. And for all y'all who like, comment, and subscribe, thank you. And for us who, for y'all who,
we have to read the review.
yep, for y'all who follow us on Apple Podcasts, who subscribe to Apple Podcasts, I want to say thanks for leaving a comment. We have somebody called Topher Gopher Yo who posted a comment on March 12th, 2023. Title of the comment: Kick Ass, 5 stars. And he would have rated it 6 stars, but no one talks about steak or eggs. Shame. Thank you.
Fuck, he's right. We didn't say anything about steak
know.
eggs one time
We
here.
never talked about steak and eggs.
We really should do a contest where we see who can cook the best steak and eggs.
I'm not going to cook an egg.
Cool. Never mind.
All right, well,
Never
that
mind.
down.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're not doing that. It's fine.
I personally love steak and eggs.
We all do steaks.
Yeah, I'll do steak.
Well, let's just do steaks. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Who cooks the best steak? And we'll have Meat'll judge.
Yeah,
You know the meat man?
I would totally,
The meat man.
I would totally be a judge for steak eating.
There it is.
All right.
Easy. That's the
All
story.
right, you gonna eat the $2 steak?
I will absolutely eat the $2 steak.
Fucking delicious.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for watching today. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Then you turn and you look at me. There's a little glimmer that